everyone. Wait a minute. Technical. Hello, y'all. Hello. Boop, 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 boop. Hello. Can you hear me? Oh, hold on. Yo. Whoop, 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 de whoop, whoop. Oh, come on, man. Uh, hello. Can anyone hear me? Test. Can anyone? Hello. Anyone. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me now? Oh, shoot. I can't see the little bubble come out, so I can't tell whether people can hear me or not. Um. Oh, okay. Y'all can hear me loud and clear. Okay, cool. This is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And what do y'all think of that Super Bowl? And y'all gonna have to tell me because I went to the Sleepy Bowl. I was tired as fuck. My in laws just left with their two kids, and I mean, I love them, but god damn, like they are so full of energy. Like, and, I mean, I guess that shows just how much I cared about. I could have went to my in laws' house and ate barbecue and everything. I was like, no. What I did today, I binge watched that Netflix show Lupin. Like I watched, it was 5 episodes. I watched that, ate a little something, then I tapped out. Made sure my little girl was okay. That was about it. I was a shoot. I mean, so I mean, this is an open discussion tonight. So I mean, as long as you stay within the guidelines of YouTube, of course, we'll be able to have a okay time. So anyway, let's talk about some stuff. Hmm. See, I ain't really since this is an open discussion. I really didn't prepare anything except for saw a couple things that freaked me out. WWE wrestlers transition. Said do what you want to do, but I mean like it's uh, ugh. And I mean like I saw something this week worse than that. Iman Perry, Brady steals another one. Yeah, I saw the score. It looks like they didn't even get a touch. Like Kansas City didn't even get a touchdown in the yeah, ex WWE Raven Knight. Uh, uh, yeah. So yeah, the one thing that I did see that was worse than that was Lil Nas X. Now I'm not gonna show the picture here yet because tell you the honest truth, I just got up. Well, not. Oh no. Let's not say honest truth. Apparently he's over there like a no limit soldier going to war with the Black Manosphere. Like, it's like good luck with that, sir. I mean, in fantasy land, but yeah. Sub Epsilon Payanki, Can see in Red Scorpio. I see all y'all in the house tonight. We're just what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the link in a few minutes, but just I'm gonna since it's an open discussion, I'm just gonna think of some shit to talk about. Yeah, yeah, some pretty good content out there. I'm not here to talk about others' content. I mean, there are people out there doing their thing, and I mean, as long as you don't make yourself look like a complete idiot, which I decided that I didn't want a long time ago, then well, you know what? You'll be okay. You'll be okay around here. Absolutely, yeah, missed the show. Yeah, show was pretty good last night, but the show is always good. Gold Professor Radio, D Rock Den, one G's. What's going on? Um, like I said, I can't talk about the Super Bowl because I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I slept through the Super Bowl. I was tired. Had really had a lot of other stuff going on this weekend. So if anybody want to make comments about Super Bowl, like they're saying, is it feels rigged. I don't know. I kind of like that. I kind of like. This is a funny word to use. That kind of divested from Super Bowl hype. Back when Carolina Panthers played the Denver Broncos, and it was like Peyton Manning's last year. Yeah, Raven Knight. Uh, yeah, it was Peyton Manning's last year, but Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers was like the most powerful they had ever been, and it was like for one fucking game, the Carolina Panthers didn't know how to play football. So basically, I was like, man, I was like myself. I like that shit was rigged because, I mean, think about it. Who remembers the Carolina Panthers from that year that they went to the Super Bowl? Like they were undefeated, but they lost to the Falcons in a playoff game. But that still didn't stop them from going to the Super Bowl because I was like, I just knew something was gonna happen. But oh shit, here we come. I don't know how bad hombre. I like to think of myself as like a Sith, but not in that context. But I mean, I thought Cam Newton was going to bounce back from that, and his career hasn't been the same ever since. And I was like, so everybody was like, like I saw something mean Patrick Mahomes. Y'all want the white quarterback to win on Black History Month, something like that. I guess referring to Tom Brady. Yeah, I was like, well, Patrick Mahomes is mixed. I mean, the way we discuss things around here, I'm like, I call the spade a spade. If it ain't black, but we don't want to summon the spirit of Delco. Last night he was on the, politician, try to trying to say as if that we're setting some kind of dangerous precedence, trying to qualify who's black and who's not. I mean, but people do that shit all the time anyway, especially when it comes to something like interracial dating. So I mean, why would you get mad when, or try to, or try to debate that? Or, I don't know. But I see Gold Professor Radio supporting the channel. Money for the plate. Gold Professor, appreciate that. All right, yeah. I'm just gonna let y'all know. Just like last night, I'm still on that Uncle Nearest. Yeah, as I explained last night, Uncle Nearest he was a black man whiskey maker that started the Tennessee whiskey industry, and he was the one that showed Jack Daniels how to make whiskey. But you see who profited from that. So, yeah, Absalom Payanki, they wasn't letting that happen. Yeah, they wanted Tom Brady to go all the way with another team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The last time Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. Wait a minute, Tom Brady. Yeah, I mean that's how they do it. That's how they do it. Same thing with Peyton Manning. That's how they do it. That's, I mean, but they have a strange way of how they treat black quarterbacks. Uh, Unfortunately, some of them were kind of injurious, but that's really still not an excuse. When you have talents like we have talent like again Cam Newton. You had RG3. You had Teddy Bridgewater. Lamar Jackson. That kid out of Alabama. Well, he played for Oklahoma his last year. Jalen Hurts. I mean, extremely talented men coming out of college, and none of them are able to cement a legacy as far as NFL great quarterback. Now, somebody like not like somebody like Randall Cunningham from back in the day. I think he was a Eagles quarterback, but it's really hard for a black quarterback to really break through like that and cement himself in greatness. And it's whether you want to think so or not, there is something to that. Like I said, you got quarterbacks like Matthew Stafford, and yeah, and that doesn't bring anybody a title, but he's able to stay in his team, and everybody act like he's just the greatest thing ever. Uh, what's going on, Donnie? Long live the habitual line steppers. Just let's go ahead and drop this link. This discussion is open. So from the disturbing to the possibly rigged, but our sports really rigged? But we don't try not to discuss things that we can't prove or is making a shit ton of money because they protect industries like that. Okay, there you go. Yeah, bad hombre. There's no need to prove anything. I mean, if you listen to how we speak over here, there are ways we can prove it as well. But our goal at the end of the day is unity. It's not division. That's those other people. I'm not particularly fond of this so-called quote unquote sexual frustration, finger pointing gender war. I mean, because I feel like it is counterproductive, but I'm going to go ahead and make an admission for people who don't have the courage to do it. It just makes for great television. Nobody's willing to admit that except me, because that's what people seem to be attracted to. So, go, Professor. What's going on, brother?
Peace, brother. Peace, brother. Thank you for blessing me to come up on your panel with you, brother. I am thankful. Indeed, I am. And I promote you on my channel, brother. I say support and subscribe to Black Men Being Brutally Honest. That's Kev. I say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Also,
sir.
man.
Yes,
Also,
sir.
why don't you put your channel link in the chat so people can know where you are as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like I
Definitely.
said, you're pretty professional on this channel, so
Yes, sir.
you've been courteous with us. So I mean, I don't care. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's how I move, bro. I maintain that courteousness. I believe that we constantly hear we have to clean up the space, right? We constantly hear that, right?
Clean up the space.
Yeah.
What do they mean by clean up the space? Like but while it's on the screen, D Rock D appreciate the love on the super chat. Yeah, as always. And appreciate the love for your super chat as well. Uh,
Yes, sir.
but clean up the space. I keep hearing these sentiments like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, on top of other sentiments like
Yes, sir.
who our leadership is and who we look
Uh-huh.
up to and
Uh-huh.
all the
Uh-huh.
stuff that's going on that we
Yes, sir.
like for sharp minds such as ourselves. We know that people try to twist things and make it sound like other stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like again, I saw that clip with KS, and he it about the whole the dick thing. People just won't let stuff go. They want to see you go down by any means. Ugh. All right. Thanks for the super chat, 1Gs. Appreciate that. Thank you for your support, everyone. And as everyone is coming in, please get those likes up. And I've been getting a lot of people who've been watching this that have not even subscribed to the channel, which is great because that more eyes are on this channel now. So if you haven't done so, go below the screen, hit that subscribe button as well. It's great, that more and more people are able to see this, and if more and more people are able to see this, I'm able to promote the other guys as well. YAS4W. He's been making a series of short clips that are very good. So go check him out. And the Roger Report, check him out as well. He has the Roger Report Live, and the Roger Report 3. All those channels came by way of misfortune, but it is what it is. Support the brother. Also, check out Sister George over there with her partner Concrete Rose on the Breakdown the Woman's Perspective, and also check out our tech gamer guy, Darth Skater 7. He's a real cool people as well. All of those channels are featured on my channels list on this. Just like I say, just like y'all been supporting our community tab lately, go and check those channels that I do have in as the listed channels to go check out, and looking forward to some great things. So yes, Gold Professor just put his link in the in the chat, so go check him out as well.
Yeah, all they have to do is just type in Gold Professor, and I come right up. I'm at the top of the page.
All right.
Yeah. So.
And shout out to Absalom Bianchi. Thank you for the super chat. Shouts out to BMBBH100. And go ahead and put your link. Like, if you are a content creator, go ahead and put your links in the chat. I don't know how long I'm going to be humble, but I'm going to be humble forever. But, it's just like, I understand that, as you grow, more of a negative crowd comes to you. So, I understand like what I understand on a Facebook level what a lot of the bigger guys go through, because on Facebook that stuff has happened to me too, and on YouTube, like, it happened one time, like a doxing, but fortunately for me, the doxing wasn't a real big deal on YouTube because people barely knew me. But and it ain't nothing. It's just some bullshit. Them elaborate story people put together from some facts from years and years ago. But then it's like still not really facts. They just tossed in some bullshit. But it's like, I understand that weirdos can come along and try to destroy your shit. So I understand that they would run tighter operations, because this kind of thing it's a moneymaker at their level, because they get the ad revenue. And I kind of see, I don't see ad revenue yet, because it's like they did some things of 1 cent a view, 2 cent a view, stuff like that. I get little stuff, unless they are right about the recorded videos. If you make a short 7-8 minute recorded video, that can, like, at my level, it can get above the cent level, I will say, but not like, it ain't like I'm just busting it all down just yet. So yeah, so just go ahead and promote your stuff. Yeah, but that kid that was on last night, that kind of, I have to kind of be careful, doing that for everybody, because the way he came on last night and then the way he exited last night, it was just real suspect. Yeah, I say his name, I feel like that I'm promoting him, but he was on the program last night. So
I have to go back and
yeah.
What episode? You said last night?
Yeah, this was last night. Okay. Yeah, it's about basically the desperate hatred for the Black Manosphere. But that kid Honest Truth came on last night, and he was just I don't know, man. I'm not gonna, if I got a point to get across, I'm not gonna come off to you like I've just given up on my personal dignity, or just giving the position to those who hate us. I mean, you don't give position to those who hate you. You don't, or express hate and disrespect on a regular. That's just not. To me, that's just not being a man. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
like, and why is everybody else trying to make this call for us on what a man is, on what a man should be? And it always centers around the silence of black men. You stay
Uh-huh.
silent when motherfuckers fuck with you, if whether it's black men and especially black women. You know, it's like whatever they got to say, let it go. Let them say what they gonna say and go on about their business. You know, I mean, what if they don't go about their business? What if they won't shut the fuck up? What if it's your place they're saying this shit at? You know what? I mean, there's a lot of factors you're not thinking about. I'm not afraid to express words to a person on the internet. There's no physical harm in expressing words, and people act like that there's physical harm in expressing words. And I mean, like, I'm not gonna go on all these diatribes about black women, you know, but I personally think I shouldn't have to say that either, because like I tried to tell old boy last night, every time you had one of these black man haters, they can stick around. They should have grown. I mean, if it's a man, especially these pink pill girls, like, you know, I mean, that's their hustle. You know, it's like they're making their money, so cool. You know, we never want to hate on somebody, you know, in their hustle, but the rhetoric is pretty, you know, I don't know.
Pretty
It's like
aggressive.
you can't
Pretty
listen,
aggressive.
you can't tolerate it for too long. So,
It's
but
pretty
I,
aggressive.
yeah, yeah. But what I don't understand is, why is it that it's like it is more divisive than anything the guys say? Why is it not ever scrutinized? It's like, you know, in the context of how black men are overly scrutinized for saying, like it, even in simple disagreement. It's like you don't even have to call her, like it doesn't even have to get the ad hominem. It just, you know, it's just what it is, and it's a behavior that's been around for quite some time.
Yes, sir. I tend to agree. Uh, people are accustomed to placing black men at the total bottom and stepping on them as a come up. you know, and we still see that today. And when we address it, well, then they either throw a tantrum about it, deflect, denial. Am I cussing right now? Am I
No,
cussing right now,
no,
Kev?
no, you know, but the flag that it, yeah, because it's the truth. There's no way around it. They're like it do, like, oh boy, black men are at the very bottom. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Like, yeah, he got to that level. And my response to that is, you can't say you can't say that looking up.
Yeah, yeah,
You can't, and I mean, in your track, and their track record says it, as a group, as a collective, as far as their impact on the black community.
yeah.
So,
Well,
okay, go ahead. And then I'm gonna respond to what I put up on the screen.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, what I say is, when you have men who act in this manner, I, we have to question what is really internal going on. What's going on in them internally? Because you have to question, what is the gain for talking like that? What is the gain? You know what I'm saying? What if I'm talking bad about you, Kev? What am I gaining? What am I gaining out of it? Okay, I couldn't be becoming a millionaire tomorrow, because if that was the case, then somebody would have did that already, right? What is the game?
The
That's
game,
all I'm saying.
the game, the game is to look good for their ruling class. Their ruling
Okay.
class.
Okay.
It doesn't have, because if you're saying black men aren't telling the truth, and black men see you every day,
Uh-huh.
then who are you saying it for?
Right. Right. Yeah. What is it? It goes back to my original question. What is the game? You see, because if you're trying to look good for your higher ups, yeah, but does that look is the game where you are able to move up? You might be able to move up. It is not a guarantee. Could it be that they're looking at you like, We see how you are. You talking about them. Well, what you gonna say about us? You see what I'm saying? What is the game? What's happening, Judge? What's happening, Judge?
There's no game. And what up, Judge?
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm
Yes, sir.
good.
Good. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Kev, you
but
gonna
let me
address the
respond to this
yeah.
statement on the screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Go ahead,
Yeah, I was
Kev.
going
He's
to
gonna
address
address
that on the screen. Yeah. D Rock then says, "What about these black brothers who displayed that hatred for the Black Manosphere?" Yeah, that was last night's show. Although that show went off into several tangents that lasted quite a bit. Yeah, I did shout out some folks last night that actually do a lot, and it wasn't even everybody. It was just like a few names because it was about 10 good ones always saying shit about the Black Manosphere, and I'm not even talking about like the bigger outliers like SNS or Shoemaker, that guy. I'm not even talking about those guys. I'm talking about their guys that hit closer to the nose, that frequent panels on some of these guys' channels, and what they try to do is they try to put the Black Manosphere to this narrow spectrum of weirdos and rape sympathizers and justifiers and pedo justifiers and like just the worst shit you can say about a person without proving shit. So yeah, that was last night's show, but I still got it's still up. I do leave most of my shows up. I mean, I've privated maybe two ever out of the many, but that was last night's show. Yeah, those guys. I mean, I'm against treasonous activity such as trying to call for the division of brothers instead of the unity of brothers. Say what? Okay, well, and also going to other groups like yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. And I tried to make it myself clear when I said last night that David West is able to come over to this space and be used as a tool to trash the brothers that are in the space of the Black Manosphere. Then I said that was treasonous, and I did point out several people, but I did offer clarity. I was not talking about Mamiya, Obsidian Ali when I was saying that negative stuff. Obsidian stands up for the space, so that's not him included. But the other names that I mentioned, yeah. So if like I said it somewhere in the last hour of the broadcast, who those names were, I'm not going to repeat them because these are people that you guys know. And it's like if anyone has anything to say, if you watch these guys, still fuck them. I ain't got time. Seriously.
Now, what bothers me with the whole situation is this, like, because I actually got into it with a person on cameras today. But I said the stuff that I said, and I meant it for a reason. I said now. I said, I noticed that a person could be, they mentioned the biggest hypocrite on the female side in the spectrum. And they was talking about it. So they said that basically, oh, well, no, she's just, well, all the crap, said all the negative stuff that she says about men. Oh, she's just saying that because that's what she's experienced. So she has the right to say that. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then I said the most racket thing I could say about them. And then they said, oh, well, not great. You shouldn't do that. Well, no offense. If she can say that from experience and she has the right to say what she wants, why don't I have the right to say my piece? But I said the problem is we don't hold them. We allow them and we still handle them with kid gloves and treat them nice even after they throw stones. No, as soon as you throw a stone, you get smacked hard. It shouldn't be no, just well, we just gonna let no. See, the problem is that's what happens. They're allowed to do their dirt. They go around, do this, and what we still do is handle them with kid gloves. If you throw a stone and somebody decides to stomp you into the ground, too bad, you threw the stone. I mean, that's the problem. You can't sit up here and then you wonder why when you go and people get special privileges and they're allowed to act and say what they want, and then you wonder why men and later ones get down. You wonder why there's many programs for them and not for ye. For me, but not for ye, as they say. And this is the
I mean,
problem I don't like about the whole situation is that You guys don't want to be fair. You want to be cushioned no matter where you go.
Yeah, I get that, Dre, and yeah, and I did correct myself basically. When you had that little run in with old boy on my show that night. So and I looking
I
back in
I just,
retrospect. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I feel that you was probably off that day, but I told him, I said, my thing is like this: if you spit in my face and I decide to stomp you to the ground, I mean, no offense, it's this cause and effect. You don't get no special treatment. You can't sit up here and tell. See, this is the problem. People try to dictate what the punishment is. You can't dictate after you do the crime. You don't go to the judge and be like, well, I stole $10 million, but I think that you should only give me 30 days of house arrest. And that's the problem that shows and that makes the people continue to do the crime because they want to set the punishment. No, the person who you do the crime in front of determines the punishment. And like if I walked in the door and I smacked my cousin's wife, he beat the crap out of me. That was he decided the punishment. Now I can't go and say, well, I smacked her upside the head. My cousin can sit up here and say, like, well, Dre, go sit in the corner. You know what I'm saying? He beat the crap out of me. Well, he put me in a hospital. I deserved it. I mean, it's the problem. I mean, I think that people want to dictate their punishments.
No, but here's the thing. Is the conversation itself. I wouldn't say that. When I say things like, go ahead and let the female say, and then you can go, and then you can go. What I don't like on my panel, I know I can't speak for anyone else, is when people overtalk each other. That becomes very bad for the chat and the people that are watching. That they can't hear what the person is saying. Is like let them hang themselves if they fucking up, and then you can say what you're gonna say, but everyone's not gonna be talking at the same time. And then that right there can get misconstrued as y'all just letting them have their way. Y'all just letting them have their way. No, you're not. It's like they're looking stupid in front of everybody. You're not giving it the chance to happen. It's like you can't fly in and just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna kill your ass right now." Is a conversation, just like I try to say with these females. Is like, look, it's a conversation. If you fuck up your life, you got to take accountability for that because you had some part in that decision making right there, and it has nothing. It doesn't have a fucking thing to do with my ability to lead. so no, I do not agree with letting them get away with anything, but it's got to be fleshed out, and the audience has to understand everything that's going on. Things get heated because yes, this is a reflection of real life. Period. Is like people come in and say it's just the internet. Oh, well, it's not that serious. Why are you in your feelings? But everybody in their damn feelings. everybody. So just like I said, it's okay for you to go to kill him, but it's not going to make sense if you're going to just go out looking like them. That's all I think a lot of these brothers are trying to say. I'm not, but there are these simps. There are those. There's that B1 culture. Yeah, I said it. That believes that females ought to say what the fuck they want to say, and these brothers got to put up with it.
No,
And
all right.
honestly, I feel you on that. We ain't got to put up with shit at all.
Well, this is the problem. That's the main thing. Because even when you sit up here and say, you still treat them with kid gloves. So see, this is how it works. They'll come over here and they might mention a comment like dusty or deadbeat, this, that, and the other. So you already know that's shaming language and that's talking about. But yet in the conversation, you be like, nah, you let this bitch come over here and do this. See, why you gotta call her a bitch? What are you talking about? This woman already done called me 2 names already. And you mad because I called her. You understand what I'm saying?
If you acting like a bitch, you gonna treat
right,
like
right.
You know.
Yeah, but I noticed.
That's what the white boy said, but I'm just.
Right.
Hey man, that's a female.
Right. Like, God, dog, where's Chad Wheeler when you need him?
Hey, look. I've already said that we don't need Mr. What the fuck over here, man. It's, what I tried is what I tried to point out last night, getting back to that hatred, that dudes that have that hatred for the black manosphere, is is that they use any and everything, including other groups. Like they've done everything from use Chad Wheeler to invite David West over to trash us brothers, and undermine our intelligence. And the one thing that you don't do from race to race is undermine the other's intelligence. I mean, you can bring up all the stats you want, but everybody knows, and I'm not using this as an excuse. I'm not using this as a way of getting out, brothers getting out of, talking about brothers who are lazy and unambitious. But the narratives and the odds have always been against black men to succeed. And it happens. Period. It's not even fair to say. It's not even fair to say. Just black men, but the majority of the time, it is black men. Not to say that this is some kind of victimhood. It just is what it is. We work harder. Any successful black man that is successful in anything had to bust his ass for it. You believe that shit. That's why I do feel some kind of way when successful brothers are taken down, because I know he had to bust his ass for that shit. That instead of allowing this man to, I mean, if you do shit illegal, if you're doing stuff illegal, there's no excuse. Punish that motherfucker. Like if they're actually guilty. But for any of the hard-working black men, it's so easy to get fucked out there. We have to tiptoe sometimes. So.
Yeah, I agree, man. Even if it's just going to work every day, we go to work, to be productive, take care of our family, let alone ourselves, and be upstanding. Well, we have to put more into it because we've already been subject to all the accolades that have been placed on us. We have to deal with that in itself. So when you get other brothers who go at brothers who are just, because you would hear another brother say, you ain't nothing, you don't have no money, you don't have no car, you're broke and all this, right? But yet, you're not trying to be rich in a sense, but you take care of yourself, you got a place to live, you do your little shopping, but yet you're more prone to catch all the ills just from you taking care of yourself. And this is what we have to deal with as well. So you get people who, talk, these brothers who talk bad about another brother and, all that. We have to question, what is the gain? I go back to that question, Kev. You know what I'm saying?
What gets me about this is the problem with the hosts when it comes to the different spaces. The only reason why they don't want you saying anything negative about what women do is because basically it eliminates options. See, the more men that realize what games they play, that's the less people that they can play the game on. I mean, This is what gets me about this is the only reason why. Think about it. You don't hear men going to the women's space is worried about their reputation. No, we're not, because we know that most of the time a woman is a deal. I mean, it's a liability, not an asset. Where they know men are an asset because they can extract resources from you. And the problem is, as soon as the more men that wake up and realize, wait a minute, this broad just playing me, or this, that, and the other, I need to get something out of it. Then now it's a problem is that makes it is there's less people that can pull the wool over their ass over. Even some of the incels are saying, hey, well, look, okay, fine, I will help you with this, but I am gonna get laid. Oh, and you ain't doing that? No, it's plain and simple. I mean, and because of them. Think about it. If say we just got tomorrow, you want to say like say if I could snap my fingers and tomorrow men who weren't having sex with these people would stop helping these women out and giving them free trap for that. So many of these women would be addicted in 2 months. It would be not funny. It'd be, I mean, like literally, because some of these people are getting their whole livelihood is supported on handouts. And people who just giving them something as a chance at. I mean, think about it. That's what OnlyFans is.
Well, I want to say peace to Brown Bird, brother. Hey, I'm glad to see you on, and peace to Sheed we here. I'm glad to see you on as well, brother. I just wanted to say that. Continue on, man. Continue on.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, if you notice, in everything that comes up, if they don't want it, and I hate to say it, they're lazy. They don't want to do the work themselves. They want somebody else to do the work. Well, hey man, we're gonna come out with a program right here that helps black people. Well, no, you need to earmark something for the women alone. We said black people. No, we need to do. Well, here, okay, fine. You go ahead and write up the stuff. No, you write it up, and we'll see. See what I'm talking about? You don't even want to put the effort in, free effort in to get something free for your people. And that's why I said, if you notice, they want everybody else to do it for them. And that's what's so bad about the whole situation. If you notice, everything earmarked stuff for us free. I mean, basically, they're going from one free handout to another.
Well, I would say, to Kev's point, and to my point as well, we address if we address each other, right, and we get ourselves together, then we handle the conversation when it comes to them, because we know they need us to help them get through things. I lay this out. When I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a time when the boys club was called the Boys Club. Okay. And the boys club was all boys, right? Then over time, what did you see? It became the Boys and Girls Club. See, what I'm saying is, when we're all boys and we have ourselves together, then we can handle these things other than, we can handle our counterparts, you see. But when we, fall into that everything the woman is doing, we forget about ourselves. To my man DS1, Kevin, can I say DS1 or?
Sure, you can say DS1.
Okay, yeah. To my man DS1, point, we have to be our own agency. We have to have, and if we're going to be our own agency, we have to handle the mechanics of our agency. That means deal with each other. And to Kev's point, we have to address the men who tend to go at men who are productive. We have to address that. So I would leave it at that.
Oh yeah, because they had that's what I like to call nigga shit. like thinking you have to be more of a street guy than a guy that tries to produce, and I think that is a real big mistake. It was stated by a certain person that the successful brothers are just the cleanup men for the thugs. Basically, we're like,
which is true.
Which the fuck?
Unfortunately, that's what they think. I mean, they think that that's the truth. I mean, like if you look at it, like I sit here and laugh. Like we made a comment talking about Mr. Twatkins when he was talking about his wife and this, that, and the other. I remember when it was a video I was watching him, and he was talking about how he had tried to talk to her all this time. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. You just further restate the thing. Girlfriend had no time for you when she was hot. You know, dumb butt married her. I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, but yet you got the nerve to say bad things about men or this, that, and the other groups. And I'm like, dude, you done everything. If somebody's like pays attention to what you and what you've actually done. You've done everything that we tell other men not to do. That's the reason why you'll come out and say these things where I ain't even gonna lie. I'm surprised nobody has never called him on his flaws. You know, I mean, I've been a supporter where I would just sit and watch the videos. I mean, I bring them up in this space, but I was sitting there watching videos, and I'm like, okay, so you mentioned that you was always trying, like even when there was a video of him and his wife talking, he was always trying to get. He mentioned he was always trying to get with her, and it's like she never gave him like the time of day. And I'm sitting here thinking, dude, man, you're supposed to be like a leader or a teacher. You don't need to be putting this crap out there like that. What you gonna do? Tell people to sit there and beg for, and then eventually she gonna come to you after she rolled hard and put away wet. I mean, I really thought like sometimes I sit up here and say, God, dog, you know, you keep saying that you want to push me forward, but you're doing things to reinstate the stereotype and reinstate the treatment. What bothers me is when I watch men go against things for somebody else that's gonna make other men suffer. Like, oh man, you should just you just can't. You gotta stop doing that. You gotta, hey, take. People gotta take responsibility. People gotta, you know. I noticed men never vote in their own best interest. They always vote in women's best interest. And what does that get you? Unfortunately, because you see when the time go, they're not going to turn around and be like, hey, man, you know, we need to stop this, that, and the other. It's like anything that comes up, no matter what it is, they want to be first rate prime beneficiaries of any program. Any program, no matter what it is.
Oh yeah,
can I get in?
yeah. I was just about to say, you know, brown bird sheet. We here, you know. Go ahead. Then she is you then she.
All right. Thank you, fellas, again. I'm just realizing and putting things together. I'm not sure if y'all talking this space in particular, but just in a general aspect, I kind of expect this now, and I'm pretty much probably one of the youngest ones here, right? My thing about it is this: it needs to come to a place in time where men like us come to a realization about things that's going on in society. Number one. Number two, we break the habits of what happened and didn't work for the last couple of generations, in my opinion. At this point, what I will say is all these men that talk against men, I mean, honestly, you can see the insecurities and you can see their flaws. And for the fact of the matter, they still need to have the validation of a woman explains exactly what their position as a man is. My thing about it is as men, we're all supposed to work because we're the ones that lead. I don't give a damn if y'all want to sit up there and bring those statistics up about the things that black men don't do and all these different things. At least if there's progress, that's the only thing you need to focus on, rule number one. But of course, people always have negative things to say. They power trip. They look for a reason to say, well, you ain't doing this and you ain't doing this, but I'm the hero though. And it's not no madness, because in my real life, I've advocated, and specifically for our brothers, to have mental health treatments. That's something I always advocate for. I get pushed back on that alone. Because you know what happens when that happens? Brothers are either say up there and say, I don't need to see no therapist. I don't need to sit up there and talk about my feelings. I don't need to sit up there and work on this. I don't need to work on that. And I'm literally giving them the chance to express their mind and say what they have to say. And I get pushed back on that. But even worse, the same thing about how we talk about how women infiltrated. It's the same thing these women say. They sit up there and they say, well, what about treatment for women? This, that, and the third. What about us? So it's not about you. If you focus on what the man is trying to do, maybe you would actually understand where we're coming from. That's why I start to become more and more towards the men as in wanting to help you guys and become better people, because that's what we need. That's she.
All right. Basically, you know I got to do it because he said it. He said the word feelings. Hey man, you know it's the emotional state of mind. You know we're gonna switch out for the men. We're gonna switch out feelings for emotions. You know when it comes down to it, you're right, man. A lot of guys do need to talk to someone because this space alone can't help. You know you can get it out all day, but you know like I've seen guys talk about their mental state of mind, which they was going through depression and didn't even know it because it was certain things that they were blocking out in their life. And it was a guy, his friend died when his best friend died. He literally blocked it out to the point where he he faked something going to counsel for his job to pay for it. And essentially they broke that out, and he broke into tears. He's like, man, that's my best friend. He's like, how could I do that? But the therapist told him that the pain was so hard for him to like take on. He just mentally blocked it out, and he broke down when he thought about it. He was like, man, this guy really died. Like, he literally just pushed it out in his head to where the guy didn't exist. And the therapist brought it up, and kind of, gave him a newfound look upon himself, and, how he want to pursue things with his life. And ultimately, I'm an advocate of that too, Brownberg, and you got to understand, in this space, we get a lot of guys that want to come in and, like I said, push narratives, man. Ultimately, I always say this, I'm here to learn. I'm here to put guys on game. And like I said, I talk about trucking. I talk about life insurance. I talk about guys just finding ways to make money. I always say that everybody, all the guys in this space, should nobody in this space go without a job. But if you have a guy's email, his phone number, essentially, guys in here that's doing something with themselves. You can learn different tech in here. You're a guy that, good at computers. Learn. You can learn a new career in this space. We're passing the knowledge, just like with the guy yesterday. We had the conversation. I joked and, kidded with him a lot because to me, it was funny. He was coming with different narratives to where he wanted to say the same talking points we hear all the time from the females, but it was different, I guess, because it was coming out of a man's mouth. I mean, ultimately, I don't know. I mean, that's why I laughed at the whole scenario. At the end of the day, cool, brother, man, you can come back home. We'll talk about it again. But the point of it is, you're going to get to work as you did last time. It's not nothing against it. We're going to sit here and talk. If you don't like nobody dissing you or talking about you, get out the barbershop. Because, like I said yesterday, so many females want to come to this space and kind of rule. You got males that act as females coming in here still trying to rule. This is a man's space. You speak on logic and truth. Get your feelings out of it and put your, I'm going to say it again. Stand up when you're pissed. We had a situation yesterday, but I'm going to say stand up when you're pissed, man.
Yeah, also that other guy was getting quite graphic with it as well.
Wait, I'm sorry, guys. It was this space that happened? This panel?
Last night, yeah, there was a guy that came to the panel. He came with a bunch of female narratives.
Yeah,
talking about the Negro Viking.
Lord have mercy, man. Lord have mercy.
Donnie, what's going on?
What's happening,
All
Donnie?
his life, he had to fight, Donnie. All his life, he had to fight.
I has to fight.
Hey, it goes back to what I said before, the Boys and Girls Club. We had the Boys Club. Now they want to make it a Boys and Girls Club. That's what I've been saying. Now when they get pushback about it, then you're called everything under the sun.
Well, now here's a question. I got a question for you guys here. Let me ask all the men on the panel. I think the reason why that they want to be included in every damn thing, like no matter what, say we get space over here and you see this is what we talk about, this is how we act. They try to come over and control it and tell us how we should talk in our space. I believe that a lot of them think that, wow, if we go ahead and do something without them, we'll realize more people wake up and realize that they're more dead weight than anything. That's the reason why they try to include themselves into everything. I mean, I'm sitting here again and tell you, you should do this. Oh, wait a minute. You ain't going over there telling them other women what they should do. Don't come over here.
Oh, we lost Dre.
Yeah, he cut out.
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's funny, man. Like I said it the other day, the women, they're sitting here coming in this space because you got to understand one thing. A lot of these women, they can go and get a dude right now to marry them because there's a lot of sucker dudes out here that, haven't learned the game, haven't been informed, didn't go to the meeting, get the memo. And like I tell guys, you know, if your dad wasn't around, this is the space to help. You know, if your dad was there and he wasn't shit, once again, this is the space to help you. You know, get some logic. Take it from guys who've been through things and to get an understanding. That was the way men were taught. You know, you were taught how to change a tire by your father, your uncle, somebody that knew how to change the tire. When you didn't have that person, that man in your life to change the tire, of course you had to listen to your mother. But as you got older, you come into this space, we teach you how to do things that you didn't learn. Show you how to tie your shoes the proper way to move and maneuver. You know, like I said, I was talking with Ebo Sosa, man, and me and both of these guys are married. I know, Kev, you're married too. And, you know, my thing is this. I tell guys, it's not a death sentence to get married, because we here in this space, all these guys, you know, throwing the women, you know, up under the bus, or, you know, just speaking logically, like old professors say, of the behavior. There's a lot of, I'm not going to say that there's not a lot of fucked up women, but the point of it is, you can't roll them all up in the same blood and smoke. You know, hey, pick and choose. If you're going to get married, you're going to have to find one, you know, and ultimately, we're trying to give you the blueprint right now. Go ahead.
I want to say, I had a conversation today, because, you know, we hear that women want a partnership, right? So I asked the question. I said, okay, you want a partnership, all right? So let's say we go into the store and we're aggressed. You and I are aggressed. So, you know, I shoot the man in the leg, and I hand you the gun, and so you shoot him in the other leg, right? She said, yeah, I shoot him in the other, I shoot him. So I said, oh, okay, I see. So let's say a woman comes in and she's aggressing us, and I shoot her in the leg, and I hand you the gun to shoot her in the leg. She said, oh, wait a minute now. Let's
Whoa, wait a minute.
You know, and we supposed to be, yeah, and we supposed to have a partnership here. You're supposed to shoot her in the leg. She can do just as much damage as the man could, right? I'm just saying, you know, when they come with this partnership type conversation, when us brothers talk, we got to be able to talk where we get some understanding, so we can lay out this kind of scenario and get to the root of if they really want a partnership, or they want to have a part of the relationship. That's where we got to get on board and develop the mechanics of our agency. So we have to address brothers or black men, or, you know, who talk with these feminine talking points. We have to dispel that so we can move towards the conversation when it comes to these women with their talking points. You see? So I'm gonna leave it at that. Hey, I'm gonna have to bounce out. And Kev, thank you for blessing me with to be up on your channel. You know, I continue to rock with the habitual line steppers. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, long live, and thank you for coming up,
Good
man,
seeing you,
and
old professor.
give me your
Yes, sir.
perspective.
Yes,
And
sir.
appreciate it, as always, and thank you for your support.
Yes,
as
sir.
well.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, Kev. I'm with you.
Okay.
Kev. All
All
right.
right. All right, and check him out on Go Professor Radio. Basically, we're just having an open discussion right now. Super Bowl, although I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I think a problem with a lot of these brothers, to address the whole black men hating on the black manosphere, is that it may be they're probably like sneak dissing certain channels, because, and I do hear this a lot. They're starting to tell us that we think that women are the top priority, and I think a lot of that comes from the fact that women actually do visit our channels, participate in the chat, and hop up on our panels as well. And I had one hop up on the panel last night. It was all good. It was another female that hopped on my panel last week. We do have females show up, and we do let them participate in the conversation. The only thing is, and Donnie can confirm that, especially on his channel, we used to have females on our panels anyway. That was just something that we were used to. But for some reason, with a lot of these guys these days, it becomes it's become a big deal. Like for some reason that for some reason that we're making the females our first priority or some shit just because we let them come on the panel and talk. Now, Donnie, what's going on, man?
What's going on? Yeah, a lot of these dudes have this egocentric mentality to where if a woman wants to come on the panel, what do? And we've seen this on a couple of occasions. Fellas, this is a male safe space. I just want y'all to know that. But we do have a woman that wants to come on the panel. Is that okay with you guys? Is your dick and balls okay with a woman coming on the panel? I need a majority vote here. Okay, you can come on. And then they proceed to try to berate her and do everything else. My thing is I don't run a gay broadcast where it's got to be all men all the time. We want both sides of the coin. Even if that side of the coin is a crazy coin that's talking crazy, sounds stupid, we just defeat it with logic. But I don't like a program where it's all male talking points. It's an echo chamber, right? And you can get a woman in and a woman can't say anything. You look fucking stupid to me. So let the woman come in. Even if her point is crazy, we give her a platform to speak. And we just show that we are that much better than her. A lot of times with women on the panel, they find out your insecurities and they hurt these niggas and they start to feel in some type of way. So that's why they don't want these women on the panel. They just simply can't deal with them. There's a lot of niggas that we've come across that are, I'll go with the term incel, right? And this is not reflective of Kev or Roger or the rest of Habitual Line Steppers. This is solely a statement made by me, Donnie. We've had niggas on the panel that, in my opinion, are incels or weak niggas that have said some statements they couldn't back or stand up to, right? And the women will tear them the fuck apart. And they feel some type of way against these women because they tear down their statements. They get on these panels to cry, bitch, moan, and complain, have a therapy session, and they think that men are just going to take whatever they say. But in reality, you need to have a back and forth with these women. You need to confront the demons and go forward. And that's what we do. We bring the women on. I never have a problem with a woman on the panel because I'm always better than her. Right? Kev is better than her. Roger's better than her. We've all proven that time and time again. But you get a lot of these dudes on the panel. Kev, I'm sorry. We've had niggas on the panel such as the General, as he's now known as, Q Pryor. Q made some statements that got ate up by these women. These women figured out what the fuck the nigga was saying. The nigga was telling people he was paying $150 for a plate for a meal that he was eating, and then the women started to ask him questions about where it was, who was eating, and the story fell apart. The nigga started lying on his dick, and that became a thing. So I like to have women on the panel because women are like water. When you put water into a tight space, if there's a leak, it's gonna drip, and they'll show you. So you better be stronger than these women. But I'm done here. I'm gonna step back from the panel and digress from the situation.
Yeah. Somebody called me sexist a long time ago. You know what I told that person? Thank you. I mean, if you're going to put me in a position where I have to lead, I'm going to have to be a little bit sexist. Not to say that I think that you should be denied opportunities. That's not what I'm trying to say but what I'm trying to say is this: if you're going to put that weight on my shoulder, then you shut the fuck up and you let me carry that weight. Period. I don't want to hear any complaining. You follow my lead, because there's no way for you to. I mean, there's ways for a woman to make my life better, but people know, and people know that there are established ways that things work. And when you go against that shit, then you cause all this drama and commotion. And people, and I mean, people will say shit like, I would say female nature or human nature, but they're leaving out one very important variable. They're leaving out human choice. People sometimes people choose to be a certain way. Like I choose to be a certain way. I wouldn't say it's misogynistic, which is a feminist trigger word. I don't hate women. I don't. We don't hate women, and we don't really want a hatred of women being displayed over here. So we try to be careful in the things that we say. If they stupid, let them look stupid. That is that simple. But yes, Donnie's right. We're better than they are. Period. So, and all I'm saying is we need to conduct ourselves as such as well. Go
Hey, I'm
ahead.
gonna say this and I'm gonna get out.
Go ahead. I'll let you.
I'm gonna just give my last words, but I appreciate all you brothers and the brothers that's in this space. Taught me a lot of things, and I just want to say as well, like having the conversations on the mini panels I've been on, it's never been no hatred towards women. And it's like they'll put it in your mind, or you're a misogynist, or somebody hurt you, or all these like shaming tactic words, and it's like you don't get it. It's about holding a mirror to your face and letting you see the insecurities you just displayed based off the stuff you told me. Okay. And my thing about it is, at the end of the day, I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's made a difference and come a long way with their channels and the contents that they produce. And let's continue to build, brothers. And I appreciate every single last one of y'all. Peace.
Much obliged. But yeah, no,
Peace,
my thing is,
appreciate you.
How often have you seen it to where you see a motherfucker who's a millionaire be like, I hate poor people. poor people ain't shit. They're always asking me for my money. Shit, like motherfuckers don't really focus on some shit that's small time to them, right? It looks stupid for you to hate something that's beneath you. And this sounds really fucked up. Coming from a smaller mind or a mind who doesn't understand, but I'm better than you. I'm better than you women. Why is that? Because if we were stranded in the jungle with nothing, right? Like, what do they call it? What's that show? Naked and Afraid. If we were stranded in the jungle, I would survive over you. Why would I survive over you? Because I'm not going to, it's boxing up. No, I'm gonna get my shit together. I'm gonna hunt, gather, start a fire. I'm gonna get this shit popping, right? Where women can't do that. And that's just how I look at it on a general scale. I'm better than you. My woman, I'm married, I have a wife. I can do everything that she does on a better scale. My wife has 2 master's degrees. I don't have none of that shit. I'm still better than her. Like she's trying to take a test right now to do a certification. I'm trying to quiz her on the test. I'm better than her in the motherfucking quiz. I know all the answers to the motherfucking cards. How do I know this shit? You got 2 master's degrees. I'm better than you. This is what it is on a consistent basis. This is why I'm with the woman I'm with. She's a great woman. She's wonderful for my kids. I'm still better than her. And that's what it is in being a man. I can prove to my woman 89 times out of 100 that I'm better than her. Yeah, she might be able to tie her shoes better. She might have better handwriting. But 89 times out of 100, I'm better than her. So I have no fear in the overall grand scheme. This is why I don't consider women a threat. Where a lot of these niggas on YouTube, and I'm not going to say the manosphere, but there's some niggas in the manosphere realm, maybe in the comment section, etc., who are very fearful of women, and it shows. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I would probably say that is a correct assessment. Is that you don't have to worry. that's basically what we say. Yeah, calm down, bro. Calm down. Shoot. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, we got 48 watching. get those likes up. We're just having a discussion here. You know, this is Any Given Sunday. Yeah, and funny that it's named Any Given Sunday because that was a football film, and this is a big football day, the biggest football day of the year, the Super Bowl. You know, so the irony.
All right, so I want to divest I want to diverge the conversation, should I say?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a chick out there. I think she's in Atlanta, but she's from New Orleans. Or maybe she's in New Orleans or Louisiana, should I say? The chick who put the hairspray on her head, thinking that it was gorilla snot, and she put on Gorilla Glue, and this bitch had a permanent hairstyle for a month. Have you seen this shit?
I did not.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, I heard about that. She didn't have any hair hold. Yeah, let me see if I can look it up real quick. See if I pull it up.
Nigga,
But yeah,
out.
she was out of hair holder. Gorilla Glue hair. Let me type that in.
Wow. Now I was gonna say something too, real quick. That I was on a channel, man, and it was a guy on there. He, flogging and talking about the host of the show, and it was funny how a female came on there and aired him out, say she was on another space, and how the guy was over there, just throwing stuff out about people in the space, but then he'll come over to other people's channel and play best friend, and I'm like, dude. And he wouldn't see. This is why we don't need women in this space. Other guys. I'm like, hey, so you mean to tell me because she told on you, now you want to throw the women are ruining this space? I'm like, but when she wasn't saying nothing, you was over here buddying everybody and cracking jokes, everything was cool. But when she called you out, see, this is why we don't need women in this space to tell the truth about the stuff I did.
This is why the old players be like, I cut the grass, you watch out for the snakes. Because women could always spot the nigga that are like them. What'd you say, Kat?
No, I was saying I don't know, it was either she was breaking up, but if you could hear him perfectly, maybe it was me that was breaking up.
Yeah, so yeah, the old players was always like, I'll cut the grass, you just watch out for the snakes. Women could always see the feminine behaviors in men because it was closer to them, right? So men are not going to do feminine behaviors to the level that women are. Women are just going to be that much sharper in feminine behaviors. So when women see it and they can spot it out easily and they can tell you and relay it to you. There's been too many occasions where a woman has seen these men with these feminine behaviors and they relay it to the man kind of offset it, line, break, hold them out, stall them out, And realistically, these women has been on point, right? A lot of these niggas do feminine behaviors, and the women are very quick to catch it out. That's why I like women to be on the panel because they say some real out of pocket shit sometimes, but they catch your feminine behaviors, and there's really nothing you can say to combat it, right? That's why I brought up earlier motherfuckers who was talking on the panel and the women busted them out. So you have this man coming on the panel and he's saying things, but on another panel he was tough talking. So he was trying to save face, but the women called him the fuck out. How often is it that you see that men will let a nigga talk crazy just to be diplomatic or just to not cause a problem, right? Because there's been niggas on, like, even on my platform. I've had niggas come on my platform I know are lying. And I'm like, I'm going to let that nigga ride because even though he's lying, he ain't really necessarily said anything about me or he ain't really pushed the envelope. I'm going to just let the nigga rock today. Women don't let that nigga ride.
Hey, Donnie, that is funny. I sit there sometimes, I let dudes hang themselves because that's the thing. When it comes to the females and the dudes, if you flodge about anything, it's gonna come out. Just let them keep talking. That's why it's funny. That's why I tell guys when females come on the panel, I say I'm not caping for the females, but I want to hear what they got to say. Just let them keep talking because eventually they're gonna put their foot in their mouth and they. Well, I gotta go. I'll holler at y'all later.
Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, we're just trying to let it happen. These dudes get mad and say that we're caping for these females. No, we're not. Just let them talk, dude. Just let them talk for a second. Like a lot of them back and forth, like they really add a lot of time to the broadcast. Some of these broadcasts should be an hour shorter. If you just like instead of trying to overly dominate or overwhelm, just kind of just let them talk for like 2 or 3 minutes. You know, they'll like for real, because a stupid motherfucker, they start looking like a stupid motherfucker immediately. But if you're starting to do this little motherfucker thing, then you know it's gonna make you look like you're being the one that's the problem. And I'm sorry to say it, a lot of these women sucker y'all in anyway. They sucker y'all into that shit. They make you end up looking worse than them. And you know, and I can see what kind of person that this female is, for real, for real. But it's not being highlighted because dude being a loudmouth. And that really, like I said, that's not good for the people watching in the chat, you know, when that shit happens.
They always go after the weakest link. They try to find the most weakest guy on the panel to go after. And it always happens because you have that one guy that goes, "You suck." And okay, it's him. He don't have no knowledge, no nothing. So who said that? You? Okay, what you got to see, where was you? Then there goes the guy, and everybody's back there like, oh, he's gonna tear her up. Then they said, wait a minute, you don't know what the hell he's talking about. Hey, she's like, no, I want to talk to him. I want to talk. Ah, damn it. Like we got this guy to represent us. Like maybe he been in this space for a minute. He has something he can say. God damn, he's a first degree black belt. I mean, he's a first degree orange belt.
Tan belt shit.
Yeah, tan. He don't know nothing.
Yeah, these women like to prey on your insecurities because niggas like to cap, and niggas have been capping to these women since the dawn of time. You know how many dudes have experience from an early age of motherfuckers are really just going out of their way to attract and try and talk to them and do everything else? Not many. It's a little girl. As soon as she get titties, niggas in her class is like, hey, how you doing? Hey, Lisa. I didn't notice you last year, but nigga, summer hit you hard, nigga.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Let me see if I can find Tulsa. I had the other headline. Let me put the other headline up. I'll find that one in a second. But here's the story you were talking about. Woman who went viral for uses Gorilla Glue in hair goes to Saint Bernard Parish Hospital for treatment. In a Saint Bernard, a dog.
No, Saint Bernard Parish is so Louisiana.
I mean, I know the hospital.
Yeah,
I was just
Louisiana.
saying shit.
Yeah, the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, Saint Bernard is a dog. It's a kind of big dog.
Yeah, it was Cujo. That was Cujo. Cujo was a Saint Bernard, so you know, like
Cujo was a Saint Bernard. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know, look like you know. I mean, I seen the viral picture that you were talking about. It's like, why would she do some stupid shit like that? I mean, let's find out. I don't think I shared this with sound, so let me share this with sound, and we'll watch the Instagram video.
He's so embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you see the video already?
Oh yeah, I've seen it because I caught it a couple of days. I was gonna make a video on it, but at the time I couldn't really talk, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll let it ride." But basically, I had the conversation with my girl, and she's embarrassed because she sprayed Gorilla Glue is one of the strongest adhesives that there is on the market.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I have a couple of things of Gorilla Glue around here. It's very effective.
So between Liquid Nails and Gorilla Glue, I would choose like Liquid Nails sounds really tough, right? Gorilla Glue is that much stronger. So Gorilla Glue is what I use to build my fire pit. like understand, I use Gorilla Glue for the adhesive to put the stones down and keep them in place over liquid nails because Gorilla Glue is known for being that damn strong. And we have lit fires in my fire pit and that motherfucker still will not move. So this is what that girl sprayed in her hair.
Well, damn. Well, let's watch. Like, I haven't seen this video yet, so let's see what's going on. So, all right.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with the little Got to Be glue spray, just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this Gorilla Glue spray. Bad, bad, bad idea. Y'all, look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair 15 times and it don't move. Stiff wear. Woo! My hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this. If you ever run out of Got to Be glue spray, don't ever use this unless you want your hair to be like that.
So basically, for like those who are watching, she applied this Gorilla Glue spray to her hair. So I don't know if y'all seen this shit, right? But when she applied the shit, right,
Look,
she
y'all,
shook the can. The can had a marble ball in it, right, to let the shit disperse. I don't know if y'all have ever spray painted anything, nigga, but when you shake up a can of spray paint, that's what's in there. She sprayed this shit on her head. And, like her head developed a film on top of it that was like it was like if y'all ever watched in the MCU when Endgame and this nigga the first battle of Endgame where Thanos was trying to break into the shield, nigga. The shield that Wakanda had, that's what this bitch sprayed on her hair. She sprayed the shield of Wakanda on her head.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Tell me she sprayed vibranium. She's vibranium.
Yeah, but let me see the picture of the end result. That's the shit kicker right there.
No. So there's a picture out there, folks.
Uh,
It's a fake picture where she's bald head. That she didn't
oh,
lose
okay.
her hair. Yeah, she didn't
Oh,
lose her
okay.
hair.
Oh, she didn't lose her hair. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like some running shit.
Now,
If
she
you.
is gonna be close to bald head from this picture because, like, the picture was inadequate, right? She's gonna be close to bald head because she did put acetone and alcohol in her hair, so that's gonna fuck up her hair. But she does have hair. It didn't make her completely bald. It wouldn't have been done that quickly. But a lot of her hair is gonna break off because of this.
Yep. And hey, y'all and fellas, you know what they're gonna say, right? They're gonna say she did it for black men. That this is black men' fault. That she so stupid ass took some Gorilla Glue. I didn't even know that shit existed. Gorilla Glue spray
Nigga,
because it's
that shit is
sprayed.
Yeah, they do.
nigga, that shit is adhesive. When I tell you that shit is all purpose, like it, nigga, that like you, okay, so Gorilla Glue adhesive, right? You can spray that on the wall and be lazy. Like if you're putting up wallpaper, it's never gonna leave. Boom. Like anything Gorilla Glue, never to be undone.
Wow.
Bruh, I put that on my chairs to my chairs won't break. Like I sit there, put it on my chair. I can jump on my chair, kick it. Only way it'll break if it breaks in another part from where the Gorilla Glue's at. That's the
So
only way.
so
This stuff is
so the thing
strong.
before Gorilla Glue was Liquid Nails. Liquid Nails was a great adhesive. And this is what I used to, because I used to do stereos. So when I would build a box, subwoofer box, I would put the Liquid Nails, and that shit would hold. Even if we pulled the screw out, it would hold because it would be airtight, right? There's nothing moving that Liquid Nails. And then we found Gorilla Glue, and you add a little bit of water to the OG Gorilla Glue, and the shit would bubble up, and you would clamp it. That motherfucker would never move again. It would, like, I'm talking about, like, you could sit, like, if you put a piece of wood on the wall with some Gorilla Glue and you held it and squeezed it until the Gorilla Glue dried and was nice and tight, you could sit on that board at 200 pounds and it would not fall. This is how strong Gorilla Glue was. This bitch put that in her head.
Damn. Like, you think that
Turn into
if she got that
Megamind.
shit in the sun? Oh my god. What make him do shit like that? What made her do that shit? Like, she just didn't have the knowledge?
Yeah, she didn't have the knowledge. Because you see, she
Man,
had a little
obviously,
time.
like,
She even fashioned it, nigga. She took a little brush to it and was like bow 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 and made it look perfect and went to the club. And then when she tried to take that ponytail off, it was game over, nigga. The ponytail wouldn't move. And then the hair wouldn't move. She said she tried to wash her shit 15 times and there was nothing that happened.
15 times and then watched it one time on Instagram. She told us, see, like, man, this is embarrassing. Like, oh, wow. But like I said, she probably who did she do this for? Did she do it for herself? Did she do?
Did it for the
I don't know.
street.
There's no way to explain. It's
Hey, Kev, don't talk about my queen like that.
I'm over. If she headbutt you from the back, she could kill you. That shit smooth as fuck, man. I said you can get she can get custom made hats, like, fit like Lego characters and shit, man. That's like, I don't get the stupidity of this planet. I just don't. I don't know. Just this is almost as
And
go ahead.
I was about to say, then you know with that Gorilla Glue, man, they have that the one that she had got the adhesive one to where you don't have it like bubble and crinkle up to the point you could probably throw a bucket of water on her head and just slide right off and be dry as all
Yeah,
outdoors.
yeah, that's exactly what the one she had is.
I seen it.
She brushed all the bubbles out and made it smooth so it was cool. Like, that's the level we at. The nigga put probably some other products to where it was already slick, and then she went out that night. Nigga was like, "You got the cleanest hair in the club, nigga." Like, there's nothing that's fucking with your head. Fast forward, like the SpongeBob nigga. 4 months later, still rolling, nigga.
Yeah, I mean, and then think about it. She had to be in a little pain, like, that shit pulls constantly in your head, and then the hair, and then what if her hair was trying to grow? It's
Her
stuck
head,
in.
it was stuck for a month, so her hair should have at least grown a couple centimeters, right?
Yeah,
She had a film on top that blocked that, and it was so strong that it didn't look like it was even moving. That means her hair pores were clogged. She's basically done some irreversible damage to her hair that we won't see probably for another month. She's gonna be one of them chicks that are bald as fuck trying to figure it out. And she'll probably put up a GoFundMe and niggas will contribute to it. And I think the shit's funny.
that shit's sad. That's what that is. I mean, she should have just went to the store and got what the fuck she needed. That's all that shit was. But
I'm willing to bank she thought it was Gorilla Snot, and that's what caused her game over.
So let me ask y'all a question: baby mama or not?
Hell no. And that's somebody's baby mama. So I have no doubt in my mind she's already somebody's baby mama.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hey, when keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah. Hey, well, Donnie, I'm not gonna show the picture here, but have you seen that new Lil Nas X picture? Like, the guy with no career because he had that song Old Town Road and that was about it. This dude got breast implants and the pictures going all over the internet. So, like, to add to the whole Gorilla Glue head thing, that's the world we live in right now. Is there something mental going on right now? Or
It's the state of the world. This is just how things are. But my thing is
Did you
had
go out?
augmentation. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I've been with chicks who had breast augmentation. You don't post that shit in like a day. That nigga was down for a minute. So was he down for a minute?
Yeah, I mean, he might have been out of the public eye for a second and then had it done, but still though, man, I don't know, man. It's like it's gonna be looking like Total Recall around here in a minute. Just like motherfuckers putting glue in their hand.
Robots in disguise.
I really hate that reference is used, man, because that's one of my favorite, like my favorite, like nerd things, like favorite childhood thing, nostalgia pieces, Transformers. Like, I really hate that reference is used, but hey, we can only use the real words, so
Hey,
I
bro,
understand.
we're in a lot of young men's childhood.
Yep. 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 So anyway, this is Any Given Sunday, pretty much just an open discussion. We're just here talking and just saying what's on our mind. Last night's show. Last night's show was about the hatred for the Black Manosphere, and me personally, I was just like, I just don't understand why you would go get a white person to talk about black men, but that's like based on the two things that we discussed already. Things can't go. I don't know. I guess things can't get any weirder.
That's the same as a lot of black dudes. The same way. The women. I mean, to certain those pink pill women, they've gotten dudes to ride with them, and a lot of guys are gun ho about it. And I'm laughing at them. I'm like, dude, how did this lady persuade you? Because they like they the ones holding the picket sign for them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so let me get some shout outs into the chat. DJ B-Side 1965, Gorilla Glue and Titties. KNC in Red, Kevin Murray, shout out. Total Recall, the lady. Yeah, that's what I said. It's gonna be looking like Total Recall around here in a second. But let's not get too far into that. We got community standards. Video, because I had a video taken down on my backup channel that I simulcasted, and I do remember that in that broadcast we were talking about transitional sports, and the one thing that I did say without getting too far into that conversation, because we was talking about how fucked up it was and the biology was fucked up, but that's what they wanted. Going back to, I guess, Donnie was saying that there are certain things that you can't do for me because I'm a man and you're a woman. I think them having that kind of thing is trying to disprove, that notion that Donnie had just made, that there are some things that women simply can't do. And that I feel like they fuck it up and they making fools of themselves in that whole process. Okay.
Yeah, you right about that, man. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I've seen on a lot of channels where they talk about how there's no society built by women. There's women that actually, kind of try to rule over the society, but as far as being built by women, that they keep resorting back to Wonder Woman, but they also come back to the deflecting too, like Wonder Woman.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's true though. They don't. I mean, you don't fight wars. I mean, you don't do anything, but you want all of the allowances of a man. And if they really want that, that's a great weight to carry. As a man, I don't mind carrying that weight, but don't treat everything like I'm subpar. I mean, like our women like to do sometimes. So, yeah. Yeah, man. So Super Bowl. Did you catch the Super Bowl by any chance?
Man, I was in and out. I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't even really watching it. I was just looking at the score from time to time again. I went over to a friend's house. We played cards. That was about it. I paid more attention to playing cards than watching who was gonna win.
Okay. Did you feel like Brady was gonna pull it off?
To be honest, I was thinking it, but I was hoping that Holmes would have won because, he beat my damn Falcons a couple of years back, and everybody keep hunting me with this 28-4.
Man, dude, let me tell you something. I was at a sports bar that night in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And everybody was, man, tell you the second half, the wind just slowly left the building. It was like they went into protect mode, man. And you can't do that against tonight's winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was that traumatizing because like it hurt a lot of folks, man.
Yeah. I was talking so much junk, and then after he turned on the juice, and I felt like what's old boy on not paid, I think it was Paid in Full, when his nephew got kidnapped. He was like, if anybody look at me wrong, anybody owe me money, they better pay it up. I'm going crazy. I was like, nobody better not look at me. Nobody better not say nothing to me. I don't care.
Well, I tell you, that was a night divorces happened.
Yeah, man.
Especially if the husband or the wife was on the other side.
Yeah. I tell you now, hey, sleep on the sofa.
Yeah. That shit's crazy though. That shit was crazy that night.
That's what I said. I was like, man, I told this one guy, he kept talking about the Patriots when they won. I was like, how much money you think Brady gave them to throw that game? Because I'm like, it was no way they could have lost. Like, even the Falcons, I'm like, dude, we was going to bring one home for the state. I'm like, man. That's why I was like, they can't even, I don't even think they could beat Alabama State.
Alabama State, man. Yeah, they used that. I mean, it is what it is, man. But I mean, you did shout out Alabama State University.
Hey, them guys are pretty decent. They keep beating the shit out of my Georgia too. Hey, Saban ain't gonna be around forever, man.
Oh, you talking about University of Alabama?
Yeah, I mean University of Alabama.
Damn, I thought you were talking about the HBCU.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but Kevin Murray said the Falcons haven't been the same since. Man, the Falcons wasn't the same before. Oh, wait a minute. She's a fan.
Go ahead.
Hawks and Falcons, man. I mean, I used to work downtown, and it's like I used to be around for the Hawks games, and it's like I don't know. Those games used to fill up when like bigger teams were in town.
Yeah,
I remember that night LeBron came down and and downtown was pretty messed up. On a regular night, if they was playing like the Orlando Magic or some shit, you know.
yeah, ain't nobody coming. They be giving them tickets away. It was funny. What game I went to? I think it wasn't Orlando. It was some other. I think it was the. No, it wasn't the Heats. It was some crappy team I know. Matter of fact, I think it was the Timberwolves. When they played the Timberwolves, the guy gave me Skybox tickets. And I'm like, oh shit, Skybox tickets. I'll be going to a good game. Go down there, Timberwolves. That was when KG was gone, when nobody really on the team. I was like, man, got them sorry ass tickets, but at least I get to sit in the Skybox though.
Yeah, the Skybox. Yeah, how was it?
Yeah, oh, it was nice. My friend, he was Snapchatting and all that. You know, I don't be doing all that, so he was going crazy because I got 2 tickets, and the guy who I work for, he couldn't go, and he just told me, he said, man, make sure you don't act crazy because this guy, his company gave it to him, and he gave it to me because he couldn't go, and then I couldn't go. So I just went in there. It was a lot of the people who actually worked for the company that was there. It was nice though. Yeah. Man, I can't believe it though. The Falcons haven't been the same. Hey man, them damn Falcons, man. They need life. They need life breathing into them. You there, Kel?
Oh, I said, what do you think needs to happen with the Falcons? What do you think needs to happen with them?
Well, they started off by doing the GM and everybody else. I mean the coach, and then they, just regrouping. But more or less, man, we need a new quarterback. I'm tired of Matt. Oh, Matty Ice ain't bringing it in, but everybody's saying the numbers are there for him. But I'm like, yeah, you're going off the numbers, but you're not going off of what he's producing. If we're losing games and he's supposed to be doing numbers, I'm like, numbers don't win championships. The plays that we need to win championship, putting the numbers up, not just having the ratings. Everybody's looking at the ratings, how he good, but I'm like, he got to put the numbers up too. He got to score.
But like I said, they go super easy on the pale quarterbacks and keep them around for the longest. Like if there was a black quarterback in the Atlanta Falcons, he probably with that rate of success, he probably wouldn't last long. You know who they need for real? They need Cam Newton. You don't think Cam? You think Cam over?
Man,
you think Cam over now?
Cam is done. Hit him pretty hard. He wanted to come over here, but they should have got Bridgewater when they had the chance, man. Bridgewater was in New Orleans. They should have snatched him before he went over. They could have said, okay, we give Matt, let him ride it out. By the time Bridgewater sits there, and when Matt leaves, we give him this big old fat salary cap. Because that's the only thing that's really holding their money. And Julio, he would have stayed. Even if Julio leaves, we just get some rookie receivers in the draft, and we doing good.
Man,
he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, Julio believed it. Like, hey, y'all better keep Julio. Yeah.
Julio smart. Julio better stay.
Yeah. I've been watching Julio ever since he was at the University of Alabama. Granted, I don't like Alabama.
Yeah.
But, I have respect for his athletic ability, I would say.
Hey, pretty good, man. That's why I say you need to go ahead and stay. We need to get some type of victories, man. But you put the ball in there, he gonna go get it.
Oh yeah, but they need a quarterback to complement that. That's all that is.
I mean, I think he'll work with pretty much anybody, man. Just need that QB. Yeah, it's like after the, I want to say what, mid 2000s, And especially with Vic leaving out, man, we took a bad nosedive. I think we'll never have a black quarterback ever. As long as Arthur Blank own the team, we'll never have another black quarterback, man. I think Vic hit him hard, man. He crushed his soul. All he had to do was just tell the man, yeah, I fight dogs. He's like, nah, man. That was our only chance to win the championship, man.
Well, you know, maybe the next 5 or 10 years, man. Maybe next year. You never know. I mean, if we're out of this COVID thing. Yeah. Speaking of that, man, will we ever get out of this COVID thing? Because they're already starting to like set up mass vaccination sites. What do you think of that?
Man, I'm not getting a shot. I'm not doing none of that crap, man.
Okay. Yeah, because hey, you know what was funny though? Like, why do they got all these old guys taking the vaccine? Like, you know, like, like, I mean, like they first they said Hank Aaron. They put Hank Aaron in front of everybody, then he dies 2 weeks later. And then they had Jesse Jackson take the vaccine, and like they had, I don't know if you've seen the video. Jesse Jackson pretty old now. You know, he looked like he might be falling apart. But they had him in trying to preach to folks to take the vaccine. And man, like he was sitting there like literally, like in front of folks. He was like, "Take the vaccine." Like they was he was like, "Repeat after me. Take the vaccine. Take the vaccine. Take the vaccine. Take the vaccine. Take the vaccine." Like for real. Like he was acting like he was just preaching. Like this shit was weird.
Yeah, I told you he got that water shot. Hey, this the fake one, right? Y'all sure this is a fake one?
Yeah, Joe
Hey, let me see the bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, like your boy Biden rolled up his sleeve all proud and shit. But still though, if they it's not a good look. Like if they're gonna take the so-called vaccine shot and then just kill over a couple weeks later, I mean they probably need to put some younger folks on that shit.
Yeah. That's even like what I was on for the record, and they was talking about Tyler Perry had when and took the shot, and they talking about so when did Tyler Perry become the leader of the black community? I was like, no, he ain't the leader. Madea is. I say Madea the leader of the black community. Tyler Perry, he just the guy that he just in the body or something. Madea's still there.
Yeah. Tyler Perry said he feels super comfortable wearing that dress. Yeah. I mean, he said, in fact, he feels like, I guess, the most comfortable when he dresses as Madea, which is weird. But you hear they said that he has been getting like a lot of BWs have been saying that Tyler Perry has used their strife and their plight to make money. And I totally agree. It's like y'all didn't see that shit. I mean, for real. I mean, they threw the light-skinned dude in front of you, made the dark-skinned dude the bad guy, and y'all came crashing into the theaters. Y'all bought his plays. I mean, y'all did all of that shit. He even threw some gospel music in that shit. And then had all of the stereotypical archetypes of angry black women right in front of you, including Madea. I mean, how many Madeas are out there, though? Like, for real, seriously, gun-toting grannies.
Yep. Yeah, they had the one on YouTube with the old lady where the guy told her, he's like, don't take take her candy bar. And he was like, you ain't got no gun. She pulled out a gun out her diaper. Yeah, they got him. I know my partner in Texas, his auntie, she carried one. And we was up there talking crap, just shooting the shit with her. And she said, yeah, I keep my shit on me. And then we started laughing. I'm laughing too, because I'm like, man, that old lady ain't got no gun. Man, she reached on the side of her chair, snatched her gun out. She said, see, it's right here. She said, these young dudes stupid. She said, and I got one in the chamber. She cocked it back and then one popped out. She said, told you. She picked that one off the floor. She said, let me put that back in my pocket. You know, bullets cost now. I said, okay. Yeah.
DJ B-side 1965. My dear tried to get my phone number at the grocery store yesterday. I was like, nope.
Man, she made you a sweet potato pie, boy. You better jump on that.
Yeah, with them hairy legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But let me ask you a question. We're gonna go back to the policing the conversation deal. Have you ever noticed like brothers will talk about where you talk they'll say stuff like we talking about some productive stuff over here, blah blah blah. And then it's like, I'll throw up a word like and I know there's some brothers in the space that talk about crypto and whatever. And, a couple of them brothers, I know they mean well, but a couple more brothers, they always couple it with this whole, how should I put it? Yeah, man, the brothers should be talking about like we talking about, things that'll help brothers and stuff. And man, all y'all want to do is talk about women and blah, blah, blah. I don't know what's wrong with these niggas. And then all it does is snowball into a conversation about what dudes are saying.
Yeah. I mean, the crazy part, crypto's so volatile. I see these guys getting in there, making a little money, like a little pinch on crumbs, because they've already got in when the crypto is already hit at skyrocket prices. I mean, I ain't heard too many people in this space that say, yeah, I bought Bitcoin at, $8 and $100. That's like my daughter. She bought Bitcoin at 5,000. So she rode the wave the first time when it hit 20 and came back down, and she got back in now. I don't know how much she hit for this time, but I mean, we're not sharing out. I mean, to be honest, like Evo Sosa said, we need to look at careers, because if you put all your money into the market and all these other things, you need to be looking at some type of career that's going to be sustainable. So, these are just wishes upon a star right now, dealing in certain income, passive incomes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I will never hate. Like I said, I will never hate on anything brothers are trying to say. Like as far as if they want to talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, producing for other brothers and such. Talking about skills and everything, something that can help. I'll never, ever, ever hate on that. I'm not tearing it down. So before anyone misinterprets what I'm actually trying to say is there are a couple of brothers this is what I'm saying. There are a couple of brothers that will say in these exact, like almost these exact words, we need to be talking about, stuff like this and stuff like that. But instead, all y'all want to do is talk about these women, women this, women that. Like, these are more so the brothers I feel a certain kind of way about women being in the space, let alone coming to other brothers' panels just to, shoot the shit or add to the topic.
Yeah, but then, a lot of the guys, they deflect anyway because they don't know nothing about women. So, what's the best way to get these topics off of women is to not talk about them in these spaces, because, what's his name? BGS always say most guys are one blowjob away from getting married in the manosphere. It's to the point, like I say, a lot of guys, they deflect off the conversation because I don't think most of the guys in this space don't even know how to talk to women. I mean, to be honest.
I mean, and a lot, but a lot don't, and a lot do. do know. I mean, a lot do talk to women, and that's why they got themselves into trouble that they got themselves in. I mean, but what I like to say is it is okay to vent sometimes. It is. But you have to separate the venting from the bitching, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I'm not saying that we just gonna let females run us over or anything, or listen to the ones calling us dusty and loser and beta and defeated and all that stuff. I mean, I don't think that you should be courteous to a person like that anyway. I mean, that's just my personal belief.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if especially if they're resorting to the ad hominem, then I'll say get some rain. Is this girl serious? No, I just saw something real quick because I thought was funny, and just I don't know. It's oh, Josh Johnson. They afraid of women. Shoot, are dudes afraid of women? Do you think?
Yeah, I think majority of the dudes in this space are not, but you have a handful of them. Because like I told you, those are the dudes that actually, couldn't make it to first base. And it's a couple of guys that, haven't been in relationships long enough to actually establish some type of, understanding. You've got guys that probably never even kissed a woman. I mean, like I said, the space is dedicated to guys coming over here to learn something, but you got guys that don't know nothing in this space to try to get some type of information. Because like I said, you got guys that probably didn't have a father around, so nobody taught them the ropes, what to say, kick a little joke to make women smile, just to say certain little things to kind of catch their attention. And now we have, the guys that are in this space and they're learning. The ones who want to learn, they're going to seek the information. The ones who don't want to learn, they're going to sit here and, just have a sore thumb about guys talking about women when they could be talking about Star Wars or, something other than that to keep their mind occupied.
Hey, I'm gonna bring the pill thing into it right now. Cause I had remember the show last week where I had with like red pill and blue pill.
Yeah.
Um, I said most of us like grew up very blue pillish, like in a very blue pillish environment. Um, the big mammy concept was all over the media. That's when we just had TV. You had the Neil Carter type, the Mabel King types. That were and uh they were always like either single mothers or they were had that attitude. And when they depicted the brothers on TV were always somewhat fearful of them. And in the real life, sometimes you would see that the woman in a relationship was kind of mouthy and the man was kind of quiet and, docile, you know, and he just really didn't say anything about, the battle acts of a woman that he has. One example that I did use was Esther and Woodrow on Sanford and Son. A lot of these guys are Woodrows out here, and when you are a brother that doesn't see life that way, it's like, okay, I'm not afraid of you all. Like, what whatever, what the fuck you mean or whatever like that. Then these brothers kind of get kind of attacky,
Yeah.
saying, saying some, oh, there he is, Dre's back. So I wanted to judge Dre had some big mama problems in his life. Dre.
Yeah, I'm here.
Dre, you want to made you a sandwich?
Say when I made you a sandwich.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Well, I had fell off earlier. I didn't even realize my phone had went dead while I was talking. But I'm down to 10%. I'm heading to the house now. But yeah, I'll be.
Yeah, I think yeah, you had yeah, you fell off in mid try to saying something.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
think that bothers me. The main thing in this whole thing with it comes to this, anytime I don't see, I mean, no offense, fellas, you pay taxes just like everybody else, and you guys are not fighting for none of these programs to benefit any of you men, period. That's what bothers me more than anything. I mean, it bothers me that you know that all of these programs, when they look and see who are the people, all I'm saying, I'm not even asking for us to be no special treatment, but I'm like, all I'm asking is 50%. I mean, I'm asking for men to get 50% custody of the children. It's not like, I mean, this is the problem. I'm not asking for anything. I'm asking just for a fair shake. And I think that
yeah,
what happens
but
is when you ask for a fair shake, they realize that they control 90% of it, and they would have to relinquish 40% to give you a fair shake. That's why there's so much pushback against it. And I'm not even
yeah,
going
I
to lie.
mean,
Any man that don't stand up for it is a fool.
yeah, but those things came by way of men never saying anything anyway. Is
Right, definitely. I
like
agree
like
with you on that.
like the old child support system. Yeah, if she has a right to kill it, you should have a right to not want to pay for it. I do believe that, but that's not the world we live in. Brothers need to throw caution to the wind and know what situation that we're in, and
But
to you know.
this is the
But
problem with that statement, Kevin. This
well,
is the see that this is it with the statement like you said, right? That's not the world we live in. But no offense, that's their main cause of that's the main thing that they're preaching when they're fighting. They're talking
yeah,
about
I
that
get
they
it.
ain't treating you right, so you need to use their fighting
I get it,
tactics.
and I'm not trying to, and
Right.
I'm not trying to justify it in any way. Like I'm not. But is the like you have to set yourself up for a set of circumstances where you can win, and this is what like I said, this is why this space is so valuable, because you got plenty of brothers telling you how you can win, and but you also got brothers like yourself that are willing to come forward and say, don't make the same mistakes I did. And that's why, I kind of respect you. At least you are the accountability. You're an accountability type.
Well, and like I said, I did the crime. As they say, I did the crime. I do time. Only thing is, I'm asking, like I said, I tell everybody, it's like a difference. Say we all driving Bentleys, right? And there's a big hole in the street, and like I'll park my Bentley blocking that street so that nobody else goes down that street so they don't tear up their car. Why should we all be torn up? You know what I mean? And I think that, like, especially with us, we try to stop them. Hey, man, don't make the same mistakes I did. Don't do this because I did this. It turned out bad. Don't do that. But they look at it as, by us saying don't do that, that's hatred on them because you are eliminating a stream of income from them. A lot of people don't understand that. When people realize what's going on, that's a stream of income that's eliminated from them because they say,
Yeah,
"Oh, well,
well,
this was
brothers.
one fool I could have tricked." That's one less fool out there. As they say, a fool and his money will soon be parted.
Well, brothers need to learn to cut them bitches off. Like, don't stop, cut off that stream of income. And how do we do that? How,
Knowledge.
yeah, knowledge. I don't. Is the whole temptation thing. I'm not going to sit up here and act like the reason why many brothers are on child support is because they just wanted to get bitches pregnant and not get married. The problem is it's not a problem. The thing is, so many brothers on child support is because they like pussy.
Right. I heard that they say that too.
They like pussy.
And look, and a lot of them too, especially like you already know, a lot of them people that sit up here, these people that sit up here and had a kid, and they wasn't even in a standard relationship, and you're gonna sit up here and do that. But a lot of people realize, for them, it's only an issue when it comes to, the father may not come out and spend enough time with the kids. At least you don't have to worry about being put out on the streets. I mean, a lot of people don't realize the stress. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, the stress that the normal person goes through, knowing that, hey, like, look what's going on. Next month I could be put out on the street, or next month my lights could be turned off. To not have that stress, that frees up a lot of energy, and people don't realize that that's why you see some of these people avoid stressful relationships, because a stressful relationship will cause you to react and do something stupid, which could cost you your life out in the real world. Let alone what's going on in your house when you go home. And people don't realize that, and I think that's what really hurts people more than anything. No, I told you I talked about it. I had men I knew that said when they come home, they don't go, "Whoo." They will sit up here and worry about what kind of crap they got to put up with when they walk in the house. I mean, that's a real bad way to feel. It's a real bad way. I was doing that when I was staying with my girl. Then I realized, wait a minute. I was gotten to the point to where it's my house. I had this house before you, and now that I'm not feeling like I want to come to my own house. I mean, that's a real, you come home after work and you want to go, relax. And to know that, oh God, what kind of crap I might put up with afterwards. Yeah, that's a really messed up feeling. And that's the reason why I left her alone.
Yeah, guys, I would say don't get yourself in a situation where, you wear a condom. Just wear a condom. Wear a condom.
I ain't gonna. No, I tell everybody don't believe me. I think you should go. It's gotten so bad now. And the only thing they're gonna do is put the right. I would recommend I tell all men get a vasectomy as soon as you start able, and then once you want a kid, you can go to the doctor and pay to get it reversed. That way, the only way you having them is if you want to.
Bad hombre. Who's more powerful, Franklin Richards or Monica Rambeau? Be honest. Monica Rambeau, because niggas are afraid of her and her opinions, and that's a power that Franklin Richards cannot match. But speaking as far as I guess the comic book, I would say Franklin Richards. So anyway, yeah, you about to say something?
No, go ahead.
No. I'm good. Like Bad Hombre is Bad Hombre is reacting pretty bad. Raven Knight says Monica is more powerful. So I mean, I have to research. I'm probably not gonna do nerd shows over here. We got a channel called The Black Dimension. So what I'll do is some research on Monica Rambeau and her powers. And see, see what Franklin Richards is about. And I compare the two. I'm not really like one of those nerd analyst types. I read up on it, and then I'll speak about it, and we can watch the damn show, get back to the topic. There's not a real topic on this. This is pretty much an open discussion. The man said, get back to topic. Okay, Raven. You are in the greatest chat on social media. $3. Yeah, see, y'all done started something in the chat. And now you got $3.16 talking about some Franklin Richards is way more powerful. He damn near Thanos level. Ooh. All right. But the topic is just an open discussion. I say super bold. We were just talking about certain things, basically the power of the P. I can fuck you up. I would say one thing about the Black Manosphere. I wish there was a Black Manosphere when I was a teenager, going into young adulthood. I mean, just not the whole, I would say not the whole, on the nigga shit and all that other stuff, but I mean, for what it's becoming. Like, you have PhD level work over here now. I mean, and I'm not saying this channel, but there are other channels in the Black Manosphere. You know, you got guys with PhDs that can really break this stuff down for you. You know, if I had some exposure to that, you know, it's like, who knows? I might have been a little better off. You know, maybe it'll help me deal with some of life's situations. But you know, I'm okay with where I am right now. But it is being attacked, and you know what? There's a sentiment that's expressed. We should be used to it by now. We should be used to the adversity. We should be used to the criticism. Yeah, we should be used to it per se, but it doesn't get easy. It doesn't get any easier. And how we let it affect us, and how we move whenever things like that are said. I would say one thing is at the end of the day, it's it's just words. It's just words. And then that's just wow, y'all really started some nerd stuff down there. See, Monica Rambeau can access different types of energy. Franklin Richards can alter the reality. Bad Hombre, Molecule Man is more powerful than Sentry. Yeah, Molecule. Remember the Secret Wars? Molecule Man dropped a mountain that was millions of tons on the heroes, only to be held up by the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why the Incredible Hulk is my favorite Marvel superhero. Like, I like the Immortal Hulk comic book that they got going right now. The Hulk and Spider-Man, I would say that always were my favorite Marvel superheroes. And overall, I would say it was probably the Hulk, Batman, and I don't know, Spawn. Spawn's pretty powerful too in his, universe. He basically became God and the devil. So, what do y'all think of Spawn? Anyone catch the Venom 2 Super Bowl trailer? Oh, Venom 2 Super Bowl trailer's out. Wow. Bad Hombre, they claim a 10-year-old black girl is smarter than Amadeus Cho, Reed Richards, and T'Challa. Yeah, they're trying to do all that diversity, inclusion, and everything, and that's just making up characters. James Earl Moans, what's going on? Convert her body into any form of energy within the electromagnetic spectrum and travel in energy form through space intangibility at the speed of light. Raven Knight. And they just updated the Blade title change. Is now Blade the Vampire Slayer. Oh God. Are you serious? They called it Blade the Vampire Slayer? Like Buffy the Vampire? Okay, $316 Spawn is flat out that nigga. Even yeah, he tricked God and Satan into fighting each other in this little pocket dimension. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, like that shit was ridiculous. Like, Spawn has a very dynamic story, and yeah, he's one of the he's African American. Yeah, Al Simmons. Yeah, Al Simmons was on some bad shit, like, for real. Like, he was he was an assassin. He was an assassin for he was military, but he was an assassin for a corporation that was murdered by his partner, sent to hell, made a deal with the devil down there, who was Maid Malbolgia. Said, I just want Wanda, but he was sent back 5 years. His wife had remarried and had a child with his best friend. So, yeah, it's like they say, when you gamble with the devil always wins. And that's what Al Simmons did. But he became one of the most powerful beings in, you know, his universe, or like shit, probably Marvel or DC. I mean, if he beating God level, shoot. So Kristen Minaj or I can't. So what up, Dre? You've been quiet over there for a minute. I know I got on excited of the nerd stuff. Well, he'll speak when he, you know, gets time.
Yeah, I'm
Bad.
actually running my mouth for a minute, so I'll be right back in about 5 minutes.
Word. Oh, so Bad Hombre, you want them to do the version of the Illuminati? I want Illuminati. Like that, like that's gonna be hard to do without T'Challa. Kristen Minaj, what have these people learned? Okay, are you talking about what have these people learned from the Black Manosphere? They've learned many things. I mean, there are many channels. Hopefully that hopefully you're not one of those people that is just trying to narrow it down just like everyone else. But I'm not. I mean, there are many channels that say many things. And you take from them what you choose. Like you can look at anybody's YouTube feed. Their YouTube feed is going to be a reflection of the kind of person that they are, the kind of things that they like. So you can learn anything from any one of these places. You know, learn to be a good person. I mean, you probably have to be a good. You probably have to be brought up to be a good person. I mean, that's not something. I mean, I don't know. Take that how you want. Said Bad Hombre, Namor flooded Wakanda. I think that they were going for that. If you know, the plan was for Chadwick Boseman to the plan was for Chadwick Boseman's character of T'Challa to challenge Namor, but I think they have to go with another plan right now because they're trying to find a way to do it without recasting T'Challa, and I really think they should recast T'Challa. I think it's fair to and flesh him out a little bit more. You know, go ahead and explore the other aspects like his vast intelligence. Like he's like actually T'Challa's on Shuri level almost on Shuri level as far as intelligence. I think he is on Shuri level. I mean, he wouldn't be able to be a part of the Illuminati without it. So. Yeah, said T'Challa has the Phoenix now. The Manosphere has many galaxies. Yeah. The Manosphere. The Manosphere is not just limited to guys, you know, who give their perspective, or they say the guys who talk about the relationship stuff. The Manosphere has a lot of aspects to it.
How you doing? God, don't. Oh, I'm sorry. I just walked in the store. Shit.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm talking about how good you are.
Okay. Yeah.
I forgot I was unmuted. I was about to say something to you.
That motherfucker was good. Yeah, sometimes you gotta say it though, man. Yeah.
God, I mean, she was like, "Hi, how you?" I'm like, "God, dog, God." Oh. I'm gonna definitely speak to her when I go up. When I go to show, we don't hate women. We just hate what you do.
There's more than one Bruce Wayne. There's more than one Bruce Wayne. There must be more than one T'Challa. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Oh, but okay, guys. We got this guy up here. I haven't seen this guy in quite some time. Misogyny Noir.
Nah, I like to.
Hey, what's up?
God. Go ahead. I'm gonna mute up.
What's up, Misogyny Noir?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
Yeah, so how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Just having an open chat here, you know.
Nice.
Yeah, so what's going on? What's on your mind? How you been?
Yeah, I've been good. Took a bit of a break from this place. how to get my mind right, try to figure out what's important, and and try to see the world from a clearer vision, I think.
Okay, meaning you're saying you had to take a step back.
Yeah. Sometimes if you really want to know if you've learned something or how far deep the rabbit hole you've gone, you have to take a step back and then try to understand how everything's working. And you know what? Maybe you brothers have some points. The world isn't the way that we grew up being told it is. So I can clearly see that now.
You're free to do that. You're free to do that. One thing that I try to make people understand is I don't try to force any views on anyone, but I do give you a chance to open your mind. But
yeah, you can hear me well.
I'm sorry. What was that?
1 second.
Okay. Shoot. I guess he'll be back. Said, Raven Knight, oh boy, let me grab my drink. He's back. Okay. Yeah. People have learned from this space. It's cool to hear that, but I would like a bit more of an explanation. I'm not in the business of speaking for anyone. I would like to hear more of this perspective, because he offers quite the interesting one, I would say. And he's, I would say is drummed up some feelings of such, not to say that in a negative way, but feelings are feelings. So
man, have you watched some of the videos I did with Bernard Riley?
Oh, you been on Bernard?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Bernard Riley show. I remember that.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think, as you said, I ruffled up some people's feelings more, I think, even there than I did here. I don't know, man, because I love what you do, because you give brothers a space to express themselves, and I agree. There's not enough places for us to be able to have a conversation, learn from each other, and just share our experiences, good or bad. And so I appreciate that a lot. But at the same time, I guess what I've been feeling is, I hate using that word "feel," but this is a feeling, is that the same brothers seem to be also blue-pilled. It's like, what I mean this is like, brothers say that they're red-pilled, but then when I try to tell them more red pill, they have to take a step back and fight me about it. They can't accept when I tell them the truth. So it's a little bit sad, I guess, from my perspective.
Okay, and you're allowed that over here. You're allowed to have your perspective, but I also allow people to challenge you as well. And
challenge.
So it makes for great television, man. You don't want everything yeah. I hear these two words put together: echo chamber. Right. I like to allow different viewpoints. Whether you accuse me of the echo chamber mentality or not, which I don't think I've done. But some places are like that. You're gonna go into some hostile territory, and it's gonna be either one mentality, and it's gonna be the other mentality.
Because I wouldn't be stupid to call you an echo chamber when you're one of the few safe spaces around for all varying perspectives.
Safe. I'm also real careful with the word safe space as well. I don't think I've done things too safe.
Right. I use that on purpose just to annoy you a little bit, actually. Because it could get correlated with the social justice warrior safe space thing, and then people misunderstand.
Okay. All right, cool.
Right. But honestly, I appreciate that you as long as people are being respectful enough, you do give them a chance to express themselves. But what do you think it will take for brothers to truly stop being blue-pilled? And when I say blue-pilled, I mean, like, for example, right? Brothers still have this fantasy that things are going to go back the way they used to be. And we know it's not going to happen, right? And I'm gonna give a bit of perspective from the sister's side, right? See, brothers always complain, saying that, and again, I get it because it's true. Okay, I'll give that disclaimer before brothers come for me this time. But brothers always say that it's hard to be in a relationship because too many sisters are either broken or they're not cooperative. They have behaviors that basically, don't make sense to them. I get it. But do brothers ever think from the other perspective? See, when a woman enters a relationship, right, she fears her life. Like, statistically, she gets beaten up more than she beats him up. So she's risking her life to even be in that relationship, even to have children, to give birth. That's a risk that she's choosing to have in that moment. So I guess what I'm trying to say is there is goods and bads from both sides. So from a woman's perspective, she's also risking a lot of things, when she's entering that relationship. Someone says, shakes my head. No, but KD Lone Wolf is true. When a woman enters a relationship, the domestic violence is much higher against her than it is against him.
I don't mean to sound unfair, but like that's exactly what it is. Life is unfair. People like I said with the brothers earlier, and Dre was up here. And Dre was up here. Dre was up here when I said this. I said that we have to understand and learn what situation we are in. You can't just stand on the train tracks and you expect that train to be soft. When it hits you. I mean, because we know that laws and systems are set up for brothers to fail. And we can't go in jumping in. Same thing I suggest to the females. If you know you're in these situations where you can put yourself at risk, do not position yourselves to be in that fucking situation.
Okay.
And that's just all there is to it. If you think men are dangerous, stay away from men. Period. That's all. Don't go in a room full of fucking men and act like oh my God, you're dangerous, but I'm here. It's like going in a cage or a pen full of hungry dogs with a pork chop tied around your neck. You don't just deliberately do shit to fuck up. I do understand what you're saying,
right.
But that's kind of a victimhood framing when you bring those conversations here. I do understand things like that happen, but it just is. From the place these things come from, when people say that, I have to see it. I have to see the other talking points that come along with that. If you understand what I'm saying, Dre, you want to say something? No, Dre's probably busy right now. But go ahead, Masad.
Judge Dre, isn't that guy?
I'm moving my tools inside the house. Give me 2 minutes.
Go ahead, 2 minutes. Okay, cool.
Isn't the brother who's being sued for like $2 million by his wife? Is that Dre or no, someone else?
Damn. Well, if that is him, he'll be more than happy to explain it, I'm sure.
Right. Okay, no. Obviously, okay. From my perspective, I don't do the victimhood mentality thing because obviously, I'm more like you, Kev. Actually, I think we have a lot more in common than we have differences. I believe life is hard for some people. It's easier for others, but it's hard for most people. And you gotta play the card game the best way. If you're playing the 21, the game 21.
Yes, I am familiar.
Right. So if you're playing 21/blackjack and you've been given a card game, you bluff it out if you can, or you just play your best hand and you hope for the best. And you do your best to, complaining about things that are difficult or impossible to make right. It's not going to get you anywhere. So I'm not part of that mindset. But I guess I feel like I hate using that word feel, but I feel too many brothers here, and I don't mean this chat specifically. I just mean the whole brothersphere. Oh, brothersphere. Okay, maybe I'm going to coin that term. I'm going to create the brothersphere.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, perfect. The brothersphere. You know what? Let it be
I
known.
mean, there's plenty of spears around here. Everybody just make up their own spears. So I mean, you'll fit right in.
Right, but this one's gonna stick, Kev. You know why? Because O'Shea tried to make the Negro manosphere, but that just sounds strange. You know, the brothersphere takes into account the fact that we're black, and it's also brothers and it's brothers. So this is like the brothersphere, coined by Misogynoir on Kev's show.
By a guy named Misogynoir, which means black hatred toward women, which is very weird and strange and like, but whatever. But it's like,
I got a better.
Let's go back to that Negro manosphere content.
I got a question
comment.
for him. He
Go
should
ahead,
change it. Not brother sphere, brothers in the sphere.
Okay.
Brothers on the sphere. See what I mean? A play on the words.
Okay, brothers in the sphere. Okay.
Brothers on the sphere.
Okay, but what I was saying about the Negro manosphere comment, you're allowed to have your opinion about that, but it is cool, and O'Shea has been endorsing Black manosphere as of late.
Yeah, that's true. But you can tell that the name is a bit corny, though, Kev. I mean, we like him, we like the guy, but the name is a bit corny, right? It sounds.
I will not comment, agree or disagree on that. You know, it's O'Shea Duke Jackson is probably closer than all of us think, and you know he's a brother that I feel that is probably watching everyone. So I'm not going to say anything critical of what he's trying to do, because I will say this about O'Shea: he put a lot of people on.
Okay.
He's definitely put a lot of people on. Definitely.
So you know you got to get a brother credit for that. You know, but
okay.
I mean, you give anybody
I'm
whatever
cool with
you
O'Shea.
want.
I'm cool with O'Shea. I'm fucking with you. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. This is the problem. This is the problem that I see with everybody with the Splendor Ring. I think what happens is this: people don't realize everybody brings their own aspect in this. It's like I may not agree with every content creator, but for me to sit up here and say that somebody shouldn't be part of it, I think that's going a little bit too out of boundaries. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, I may not like, say, it's certain YouTube creators I'm not too fond of that I've got into beefs with. But for me to say that they shouldn't be here, that's going a little bit too far. I mean, it's like, I may not frequent their content and I don't preach their crap. Like, even it's content creators that I hate, especially on the women's side. But for me to say that they shouldn't be allowed to, no, because unfortunately, that shows us going down the same dumb road that they done went down. And that's, I believe that everybody, you got the right. I mean, I always say like this: you can't take away people's rights to be assholes. And you don't realize something. By giving people the right to be assholes, that actually prevents a lot of, like, when we see these people doing extreme stuff or suicidal crap, that's because you're taking away their right to be an asshole. I'm not even going to lie. Sometimes some people would probably, I bet you, if we made it to where, hey, a person can go ahead and say what they want without having to worry about losing their job or whatever, and just taking the consequences of whatever happened at that moment. You would have a lot more of the people that snap and go off and do extreme stuff and hurt a lot of people. You'd have a lot less of that. Because I think people you keep bottling, and that's what's happened to black men until they had this space. Black men knew you better do this, that, or the other. You better come off like this. You can't come off as me, otherwise you're going to get canceled or whatever. I mean, like, literally, I've watched where a person doesn't even, a black man doesn't even have to act up that tough, and you already be labeled a bad person. But a woman can do whatever she wants, or ask other people to do whatever she wants, and they'll say, oh, well, they were just having a bad day, and you just can't hold that above their head for the rest of their life. Like, well, what are you talking about? If it was a man, they would.
Right. Okay. You know what? I have to agree with that. Like when someone makes something that makes sense, even my brain can't do mental gymnastics. Right. But if that's the case, I mean, why don't we just kind of like become MGTOW? Just walk away from it. Like, why do we still? I guess, yes. Why do we still live in this society? Like, I mean, obviously we have to get jobs and money and then, food and whatever. But why can't we at least be like metaphysically MGTOW? So just not participate in the traditions of society and just, get there, make some money, do your base minimum and.
Well, I'm gonna let you know that's technically what men have been doing. They have it just never. Just give an example. SYSBM is technically the men who have just opted out, and it's just gave it a name. A lot of men have just realized, because I'm not even gonna lie. I left my girlfriend alone. We still friends and cordial. She might even come over occasionally and may sleep together. May sleep in a room with me. I won't touch her. And I mean, if she wants to get back, I mean, like literally. This woman slept in bed with me for like the last 4.5 months. I have not touched her.
Wow.
Like literally. I mean, and I hate to say that. And she wants to get back with me badly. But it's just like after you realize she's just not worth the effort anymore. And you find other ways to, I ain't gonna lie, I'd rather rub one out than roll over and mess with her. Because you realize you're going down the same type of crap road. It's just, it's just not, as they say, as old man would say back in the day, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. It's just not worth it's not worth the energy and effort into dating and all like that. I mean, I hate to say that, I've come to that point with almost every woman. Hey, I mean, I just really don't care.
Oh, okay.
You can come out. I ain't gonna lie. You can come out and ask, "Hey, do you want?" I mean, I'm to the point right now where if it was a chick, I'd just have to. Hey, would you like to have sex? Oh, okay. No, okay then. Cool. Oh, you don't? All right, cool. Never mind. Bye. I mean, like literally, it's just. I hate to say, I either we love it or I see them all. That's just really what it is. And I hate to be, because it sounds bad. But technically, in a nutshell, that's the game we've been playing. It's just that we've kept trying to sugarcoat shit and add 50 layers of whipped cream to a turd. It's still a turd underneath all that whipped cream. But basically, that's what the men have been doing. And you realize, hey, man, you might as well just say, hey, if you're not one of the ones that get her drawers wet, just keep it moving.
All right. I see. Right.
50, like I said, 50 layers of whipped cream to a turd. I mean, it's still a turd. It might have a lot of whipped cream on it, but it's a turd.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough. I get that. I respect that. Yeah, I can't hate on that hustle. But I mean, do you have like any kind of savings or something?
What do you mean?
Like money wise, like do you own a property or any kind of, like, let's say more 10K or something?
Nothing in my name.
Okay. Right. Yeah, because if I was in that situation and I would sell the house, buy another house in like some third world country and then just live like a king. You can get a maid there.
I'm probably going to end up doing that.
Right. Okay. So okay.
Now, the property I'm in now is owned free and clear. Right. I've got to pay the taxes on it, but like I said, it's not in my name. I kept it in someone else's name until all this bullshit with the child support goes. Because unfortunately, they will try to take every dime from you.
Right. I see. Okay, so when you say it's someone else's name, you meant as in not her, someone else?
No, our family members.
Okay, I see. So that was to protect you then?
Of course, and the family member's dead. So.
Right.
But I have the paperwork saying the house would be switched over to me, but I'm not going to file it.
Right, of course.
Right, the family member's dead. So I got the paperwork. And the city don't care as long as they got to get their tax money. They don't care who name on it.
Right. Okay. You know what? You're a smart brother. That's all I can say. That's definitely smart. Okay. So fair enough. So you're already taking you already understand the world, and you already know that it's not going to get better, but you figure out a plan of, possibly how you can still deal nicely.
Right.
Yeah, the brother over there, I think his name Ike. He says got a nice property in Ghana. Can we have it for free, Ike? Or
Yeah, can I come live with you, man?
yeah.
I seem like a real. I ain't gonna lie. I seem like a real cool dude. Real cool dude. I watch your show. I like that. I show the show you listen to, and you really like. You know, like when you listen to Ike talk, this is what you do. You need to lay in the bed and close your eyes. When Ike talk.
Ike is a pretty centered level person.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy that he doesn't let anything bother him, and that's.
I only have one problem with Ike though. Is he gave a woman a super chat, Jessica X.
Well, I will say this: he can do whatever he wants to with his money. I mean, why would you have a problem with him giving anybody a super chat? but okay.
I gotta hate on Ike. I asked Ike, can I come stay with him? He said nope. See, I gotta take back my now I gotta take my compliment back. I coming to stay for good, just for a week or two. So I can experience some women who act normal, or what we thought about would be in comic books.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, he made a comment. He said, "I be tricking everywhere." Okay, I get it. Fair enough.
I know.
He tricks everywhere, so it's not that bad then. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
But I'm just saying, that's it. If you want to listen to Ike and you really want to do this, turn the lights off in the room, lay down on the bed, put your interlock your fingers, and just listen. I mean, he puts out some stuff like that. When you sit up there and listen like that, I ain't gonna lie. That's a good. I ain't gonna lie. If you were looking for, like people say, some of these men come to the manosphere for psychology, and like to see in the psychiatrist. Start with Ike first.
Okay.
He would be the closest. Watch his shows. It would be the closest of getting you on that level. Are you listening to Ike? I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I listen to that when I don't like to try to listen to it when I'm working, but when I'm laying down and want to clear my mind, oh yeah.
Yeah, he gets into you, right?
Yeah, get to you good, man.
Yeah, but check. I mean, even though Ike is pretty good with the super chat donation that he does for various channels. Check out his content as well. I mean, he got a whole YouTube channel over there that that he offers some pretty cool advice and things that can help you in life. So check him out.
So he's not a simp then.
No, he's not a simp. I wouldn't call Ike a simp in a million years.
I ain't no simp, but I say that this. Ike is that if I had to say like this, if we would go sit here and say a cool, calm, collective black man that had to represent us, I would have no problem having Ike be the person standing up there talking and representing us.
I see.
Yeah. Because you can just tell that demeanor he carries, how he talks, and all like that. Cool. I mean, he comes off cool, calm, collective, and even though, and still comes off as strong, not weak. Like a lot of people, they come off weak. He doesn't come off weak. It's cool, calm, collective, and strong.
Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah.
I see. Oh yeah, no, I get it. So he doesn't have to use the aggression to still make his point, but it still feels like a man saying it. Doesn't feel like right, okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Very strong. As I said, I ain't gonna lie. It would probably be like, say you knew Ike in real life and you was his friend and y'all was cool. I'll go out. Ike would be a good friend to have. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. If Ike was in your friends group, he would probably be the best one of you guys. You'd be like, you would be happy. You'd be like, oh man, I'm happy he is part of the group.
Yeah. Ike, can I get your number?
What?
He said that he would be a good friend. So
All right, definitely.
Yeah. All right. The topic is there's not really a topic. that's what the topic is tonight. I mean, you're just chilling. Just decided to leave the panel open, for anyone who wanted to drop and share their thoughts.
Yeah. Get Ike to come up.
I can come up if you like. I got the link in the chat. I mean, he's invited up. I mean, it's okay.
Oh, okay. He said email me. Okay, nice.
What?
Nice. Okay, he's not a bad guy actually.
Oh yeah, I guess cool, real cool.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Mentor me? Is that nice? Does he mean it with good intention or?
If you want to pick a channel, like I say, if you want to pick one of these channels to learn from, I know
okay.
you have some of the reservations about some of the other
Yeah.
content, but if you want a channel to learn from, I do recommend Ike's channel.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Because one of them is your friend, so I won't mention his name. But yeah, some channels is too simpy for me.
No, what bothers me, I sit there and laugh. It's like if Ike was talking dumb shit, it'd be 50,000 people in the damn people watching.
Right.
Ike was talking something that like literally, I'm not even gonna lie. If you don't have above average intelligence, Ike stuff is gonna go right over your head.
Yeah. Also, I have to acknowledge that sneaky. So I mean, but he'll be more than happy to respond to anything, and he's that kind of guy. So. All right. But anyway, somebody over there snacking, ain't they?
Me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's gonna cause diabetes.
Look, man. Look. Don't deny me of my chips. I'm not getting my sex at home. Okay. What movie? Don't deny me of my chips, man. I'm not getting my sex at home. Okay.
All right.
So Kev, let's do an interview. Welcome, guys. This is the Misogyny One Show. It's a discussion today, and
okay.
We're gonna be interviewing Kev. So Kev, what made you get into the Manosphere? How did the experience happen? And please give us some details.
How did I get into the Manosphere? I started to. People from the Manosphere started coming to our panels, and they were very welcoming. So I decided to be part of something that was having an evolution. How I got to the Manosphere, the path started when I created this Facebook group called Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone, and it got real popular real fast. But it was like a burning flame. It burned hot for a minute, and then it kind of just fizzled down. The group is now archived, but there were definitely people who are in the space. I will not say their names right now that were in that group, and they are frequenters of the Manosphere in some way, shape, or form. Either they watch, they participate in the chats. They are moderators, the guys with blue wrenches, and some of them are even content creators, and some of them are content creators who have viewerships. And like I said, I'm not going to name who those content creators are, but they have, like a lot of people that are in this space, have been through that group in some capacity. So I guess that you could say that I would probably have been a fit for what the space is trying to accomplish, I would say. Also, I have a video in my community chat that Obsidian from 3 years ago did a piece on one of the posts in there.
Okay.
So, go check out my community tab just to see what video that is. I definitely like I said, I definitely wanted to try out YouTube, not necessarily to join the Black Manosphere. It wasn't that for me at first. It was to extend my vision for the Facebook group and what I kind of wanted it to be versus how it turned out. Through doing news stories and broadcasts, live broadcasts such as these, and
Hmm.
just little commentary pieces that I would pre-record. I don't do just these kinds of things on this channel, but one thing that I'm probably going to have to face one day is I might have to get somebody to help me with a little production.
Yeah. Okay.
But everything
Yeah.
as of right now, is 100% me. Except for
Yeah.
the panelists that come on, of course.
Right. You buy them?
Do I about what? I'm sorry. What do you say?
No, I said that makes sense. If you want to help with the production, let me know. I'll give you my email on the chat.
Okay. I guess if I want to bring, but yeah, put the email in the chat just so I have it
Okay.
on record. But
Yeah.
I'm saying right now, I'm kind of content with my Kind Master app. It's just finding the time to do it. But
Right.
my view for the Manosphere is to offer a Black father's perspective. I became a Black father later than some of the others. Some of the other guys that even some of my friends that I associate with who became fathers in their early 20s. I became a father at 37 years old.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's been great, man. It's been great. Father of a beautiful baby girl. Well,
Okay.
she's 6 now. I mean, she's everything to me. And
Wow.
if I could find any success in anything I do, including this right here,
Mhm.
then I'll take it. I'll take it. Because anything that I do that is great is to her benefit directly. Everyone can believe that. And if anything is going to motivate me, is that girl, that little girl, and she's a very, very happy child. That is one thing that I am extremely grateful for. And she's
Right.
also a daddy's girl. So
Okay.
to be able to offer something to this space, including a personality that people have always said I've genuinely had, is a great thing. Just Manosphere, the Black Manosphere doesn't always have to be about volatility and complaining. That's as some people say. I think
Right.
that the Black Manosphere is a lot more than that. So
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Have you noticed anything different since you became a father in the way you see the world?
absolutely, it changed my life. It completely changed my life. And when I laid eyes on her, it's just, um, I knew that, she, the only thing that could take me from her is the unmentionable, that's how it is. But one thing I do notice is when I'm by my, it used to be that way. I guess I don't notice it as much. When she was a baby, I used to have her in public, and people used to look at me like I was doing something special, like
Yeah.
when I was simply just doing what I was supposed to do. And that right there is due to the stereotype that Black fatherhood is, Black fathers routinely aren't there for their children. And people looked at me like I was some kind of golden goose every time I would have a baby in public. I mean, it's carrying the little baby, the car seat, and dragging it around, stuff like that. And I'm just like, it's just regular stuff to me. I'm a dad. I mean,
Yeah.
it just came second nature. Nothing was ever difficult for me. Plus, having the mother. Like, I had a kid after I got married. You know,
Right. I see.
which I'm not saying that makes me better than anyone else, but it was my decision to do so.
Yeah.
I'd much rather been a father in a married situation than a father without a married situation. Because
How dare you say that?
No,
I'm
I'm
fucking
just
with you. I'm
saying.
fucking with you, man.
I just have bared witness to the challenges that come, that
Right.
come with that, and it never seems to leverage the man any at all. So I knew right then and there that I did not want to be that guy. Was always constantly always, not to say that I would always been constantly in trouble,
What
with
are you?
the law, but
Wait a
I've
minute,
went
Kevin.
a bit,
What are you talking about? If you would have done it the other way, there's plenty of leverage. There's plenty of advantage of doing it the other way.
I ain't
You
like
get,
what?
you get to make sure you get all the shit held above your head. You get the permanent power struggles that they always know that they always have you in a trick bag. You get you don't want to miss out on all of that. The permanent hatred and jealousy.
Yeah, I luckily had some level adults in my life that would help me, would advise me to avoid that kind of behavior at all costs.
Oh, come
But
on down to the club, Kevin.
yeah, but hey, but listen up though. Any other questions, Misogynoir? Since you want to have a block of showtime.
Yeah. So, are you worried
But,
that
and also,
society?
I want to get Ike in because Ike is up here.
Okay.
I don't want him waiting too long.
Yeah. Okay. Let I go first.
Okay, Ike, what's going on? Thanks for coming up.
What is up? What is up? Can you guys hear me clearly enough?
Yes,
we do.
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah, I don't think I've ever shown up on this panel like this. Anyways, I don't think I've ever spoken.
Yes, this is your first time up.
The debut, the inaugural event. But definitely, I appreciate this space. I like to come in here and troll you guys verbally a little bit. And right from the beginning, I like the way you guys take my jokes. I like to come here and remind y'all that y'all ain't shit. And
that's a really good trolling, sir.
And the way you do, I like the space because you guys just like the way, yeah, you know what I mean. So it was like, oh yeah, these are my people. Then you guys immediately understood it, right? So it was great. Then so I always work, right, and I work late, and so Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night when I'm out working, this is one of the shows that I listen to, right, just to listen to random conversations and everything. And this actually seemed like the perfect night, being that it's kind of free flowing and everyone seems to be chilling. Judge Dre is snacking and checking out women at the grocery store or whatever, and Misogynoir is over here talking and asking if Ike is a simp and so on and so forth. And it just seemed like the perfect night that I can be here on the panel while still working. And so point being, Misogynoir, you can continue with your conversation after I just drop this one little thing I'm about to say, and I'll stay on, and if anything else I feel like adding, I'll add, if that's okay with you, Kevin. That is right.
Yes, absolutely.
The one thing that I've heard, and it is in line with what Misogynoir said, which is people thinking that somehow things are going to go backwards. And it never does. It never works out that way. You simply need to now play with the new deck of cards that you have. You're not going to change the landscape. You're not going to change the fact that women fundamentally don't, quote unquote, need men anymore, as in for their basic fundamental needs. And you need to understand, now you could argue with me on this point, but I think it is a fair stance to take, that women operate on that lower need level, whereas protect, provide. If they can be protected or if they can get their protection and provision met some other way, then they don't really need you. Okay, now they will want you for feelings and this and that. But that's the trouble, right? Because what happens with feelings, right? They come and they go. All right. And then they're looking for the next thing and the next thing. So either they're just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to go for the raw, pooky, sexual gratification kind of stuff. Or I'm looking for some kind of feeling, maybe try to strive for the self. I need you to boost my self-esteem kind of thing. But basically, that is a losing game, right? That's not really going to work. Now, us men, we can operate on another level where we can be loyal to each other. We can fight arm in arm in the trenches. We can go hunting together, that kind of a thing, right? That's not a woman's natural mode of operation. This is not to say that there's anything wrong with them. No, they're perfectly fine being what they are. But as a man, and if you have a couple of brain cells to rub together, and if you are of the sort that can accept reality, then you just need to know that this is the new lay of the land. What are you going to do with it? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you that this is the lay of the land, and it's not going to go backwards unless you want to take away from them certain things which now they already have and they do not need you for. With that, I'm just going to let Massage Noir continue with the rather interesting interview that's going on. And of course, if you had anything to ask me or add to what I said, that's perfectly fine, right?
I like how you said that, Ike. Like one of the things you said it basically what I've always said, but in a much cleaner term. Basically, things aren't going back to the way we as that unless you want to take it basically by force. Unfortunately, in a nutshell, that's basically what it is. Because there's going to be a fight. There's going to be a fight to even get back to 50-50. It's going to be a fight just to get that because a person is in a power position and they don't want to relinquish any of it. It's just what it is.
Interesting. So, Judge, would you be willing to fight to get?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, well, think about it. I'm the only one. I've been the only one that come out in the manosphere. I've been saying this since the beginning. I show my face. People know my real name. I mean, like literally, this is one of the things that I've always said. I said, see, I'm the type of person. Yeah, as you see, if I made a mistake, I did that shit. I mean, it is what it is. I don't need to sugarcoat shit or whatever. It gets me. I laugh when I sit here and laugh at these people who hide behind an avatar. If you did it or you got away of this is the thing. They hide behind an avatar, have never shown their face. My first 3 years on YouTube, I was using my government. Wow. Everybody knows my name. I mean, like literally. Remember, I said this. I've even shown the check stubs, the child support bills. I mean, like literally. I mean, if you're gonna be man enough to say, yeah, this is what it is, and stand in it. I don't need to. I guess your opinion of me does not change me unless you're in my circle. If you're in my circle and I value you, then your opinion of me means something. But if you're not in my circle and I don't value you, your opinion of me does not mean anything. I'm still going to say what I feel is right. And the problem is nowadays a lot of people don't have the stones to say it. Like the reason why the manosphere stuff is so popular because 90% of the people are thinking this stuff and only 10% of the people are actually got the stones to say it. And let alone have the stones to say it and show their face. I'm not even going to lie. Like if you notice, for a couple months, you didn't see me as much. That's because I had taken a job to where I had to report to somebody. And I'm not even going to lie. Where I worked for a company where it felt funny working for a company because I realized the crap that could happen. And it's like I have to conduct myself in a way that could not be damaging to the company because they could say, well, this is the person you got working here and this is how he feels, this, that, and the other. I'm not even going to lie. It was, when I lost that job, even though I lost it for bullshit because of bullshit with a woman, actually, it was like a stress had been just lifted off of my shoulders to know that I can go back to being the real me. I mean, I've been working for myself for so many years,
I mean, to have a W-2, like a W-2 was mailed to my house the other day. I forgot what that was. You know what I
Right, I
mean?
see.
Right. It's
Yeah.
like 'cause you had worked for yourself for so many years that it was always 1099.
Right.
And to see a W-2 come to your house, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what a W-2 is.
Man. Yeah. Okay. So you definitely preach what you know is intuitively true and are ready to fight when the time comes. That's
Well, right. Like I tell people all the time, I said that all the talk. I'm one of the ones. I'm past the crap. I ain't even gonna lie. With the crap with the like even with the Black Lives Matter and all this stuff like this, I tell them, I said, I hate to say, don't call me when you want to sit up here and stand around with sticks and stuff. I mean, with signs in the street. Don't call me for that. Now, once it's time to go ahead and crack some heads, that's definitely you call Dre. Definitely Dre's gonna be there. When it's, I mean, I hate to say it, but I realize I've learned from experience. They didn't take this country over by saying being nice. I mean, if you want to make an omelet, you have to break some eggs. And a lot of people don't have the stones to just go ahead and say that's what it is. I mean, you're in a system that, I mean, the people with power know they didn't get power by just sitting up here begging or sitting here begging and pleading for it. No, I mean, plain and simple. Nowadays, you know who these people are. You know, I mean, there shouldn't be no, well, they got to wait till 50 million people get mad online before they go arrest somebody. Okay, fine. We already know what you did. We see the video, plain and simple. A couple of days later, you know, every time the dude step out of the house, he should be getting his ass beat. I mean, it's just like that. I mean, that was in more before them to go ahead and change the law. If a person knew, oh shit, I did some dirt and I did something stupid, and now everywhere I go, everybody who saw that video gonna be gunning for me to beat my behind, or I'm gonna catch beat downs left and right, or people gonna be spitting in my food or whatever if I order anything. That would change people's you know, that would change people's actions more than any law ever would.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So you made a great point. I can't even argue against that. Like you make all the arguments so that like what we've been doing in the manosphere by giving all the reasons, but then when it comes to actual change, you just have to go there and break some omelet and make some omelets.
Well, I mean, this is the problem. You're not going. I tell people all the time. I said, if you really want the best for a person, the best road and what a person really needs is not always the nicest thing. Like I value, like I remember it was a time where it was Angry Man, BGS, Kevin, you know, Kevin Samuels, this, that, and the other. We went, I think it was like a 3-hour time one time, it was one night, and I was a subject, and we were talking about what I was gonna do with my son before I made the decision that I made. And I went over, it was like 500 people watching that show. And like I said, you know me, any question that they asked, because people were like, wow, you just tell all your business. What is it? I mean, remember, I told you, I don't care about, if you're not in my circle, your opinion of me don't mean nothing. And I figured if somebody can learn from my information, it's all good in the first place. So, I mean, you know, only a fool would hide the information. The problem is in the black community, we are so worried about being judged that we will hide our failures and faults because we are worried about the judgment to where another person can learn from your mistakes. And I believe we put on a front so much, it's just not funny. I mean, you know, you did the dirt, you did it. Hey, man, yeah, man, I did it. It was, you know, like I tell people, you know, that young boy who did this stuff is gone. This old man is all that's left. And I wish that I could go back and talk to him and to that, but unfortunately, that young boy is gone. This old man is what's here now. That's who I am. I mean, by lying about what I was does not help another person from making the same mistakes I did.
That's true. Wow. I mean, that's the kind of maturity that I don't see around very often. Like willing to say, yeah, I mean, that's me then, but this is me now. And you know what? I'll do my best now to help those kids in the future. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You kind of remind me of the wise old man archetype. Like you truly are trying to actually help. And of course, you make a simple point, but it's so powerful.
Well, I think that I had a lot of older. As by the time I screwed up and they're like this, I started hanging with a lot of people who are a lot older than me. And like even like the women who've dated me, they tell me you have an old soul. They say I get along better with more people who are older than me or people who are more mature. Right. Where the problem is, it's like and I don't get along well with people who get in their feelings. Now I may talk loud, but that's just me. But like you can call me a bitch and hoe and all these names, and tomorrow I can be cool with you. It ain't it's no bad blood. You said what you think you need to say at that time. And I respect you for saying that. I don't want nobody to sugarcoat crap for me. I remember me and Kevin Samuels got into a big debate. And even to this day, I sit up here and say, well, wow, man, you won that debate. And I told him, but during that debate, I even told him, I said, man, that statement right there, thinking of having that, when me and you going head to head, and you coming out with that, and you made that statement right there. And I went and I said, once you made that statement right there, that changed my whole outlook because I never thought about it from that perspective. And I respect you enough to know that, hey, man, I never thought about that. And now I see, it's like sometimes you might get a piece of information that you didn't have in your portfolio. And once you have that piece of information in your portfolio, now everything changes.
Wow.
The whole point of view changes because you didn't have that piece of information that was missing. And I believe what happens in a black community, especially, we are so worried about our reputation. And of course, we don't want to take any of the flack. I mean, you're always going to be a butt of a joke at one time or another. And I think that people can't, take the heat. Yeah, it was funny, this, that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody say something funny or talk about you, and it was funny, laugh at it too. I mean, it don't change nothing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, no, thanks a lot. I mean, I'm definitely taking all these gems.
Yeah, I mean, to have that name, dude, because I'm here. I mean, I'm pretty sure you gonna go through a good trial by fire, as they say.
Yeah.
I wanted to add something real quick, if I may.
Yeah,
stand
someone
on your
asked.
square. Be man enough to stand on your square, and I'll have respect for you, even if you are 100% against me.
All right.
So somebody asked something. I said something, and somebody wanted me to clarify. Apparently, something that I mentioned. Yeah, KD asked the question. You want to read KD's question, Massage Noir?
Yeah, let me read the question. So, Ike, can you elaborate more on women's fundamentally not needing men? It's interesting because I never thought about that. Actually, no, I think it's a girl. Hey, Ike, can you elaborate more on women's fundamentally not needing men? It's interesting because I never thought about that.
Okay, Katie's a girl?
I don't know.
Misogynoir here. You're crazy. Okay, so basically, and I think I'm gonna kick it over to you guys to see what you guys think, right? Because if it makes sense to you guys, then you can put it in your own words. But I'm gonna start from the opposite. So I said the basic needs in this modern context, right? In other words, the more you move towards a certain kind of civilization, and you're talking about Western liberal democracy type of civilization, okay? That the basic needs of women, right?
What do you mean by Western liberal democracy?
So we have to think about it in terms of the opposite kind.
Okay.
Let's say you have, well, let me just put it this way. It is a place where there is an emphasis on freedom and also equality. So you can civilize people in many ways. You could look at an opposite. For example, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is civilized, right? Very civilized, as a matter of fact. You got running water. They're doing a desalination of water. It's great, right? However, they are not all about the freedom and equality, though, right? So, and then you can understand vis-a-vis the particular thing we're talking about, which is women now, the difference in which that particular group is handled.
So what you're saying is, in Saudi Arabia, even though that the economy is actually doing better than some countries in the so-called West, because of the lack of freedom and equality, the females there still operate. The women there still operate according to their whole traditional ways because of the lack of the freedom and the equality part. Even though the economic potential is even greater than some countries in the West.
Yes, that is what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Now, let's go to the end. Let me go to where I imagine somebody may come from when they're saying that this is a strange concept. Why do I say they don't need them? Okay, then it would be because you're bought into some kind of romantic notion of, or let's say that stupid word love, for example, right? Which is such bullshit. Right, it's just nonsense. Like I don't even know where to start with that nonsense, right? So the place you're going to be coming from, if you are wondering, women and need and such, is you're coming from the love perspective. Like, I thought we come together and we need each other for the love and the romance. No, you got to take things that we're biological creatures, and
Right.
the imperative here is survival and life, the propagation of life. Man and woman have to come together. Man will provide and protect the woman, okay? And certain kinds of feelings which have now been interpreted as love will be present long enough for offspring to come about, right? A woman still has to cleave to man in order to get the air, the water, the food, and also a certain amount of protection, right? So this is the new frame. This is the real framework. Okay, all that romantic love, Disney movie, and so on and so forth. I mean, I need not convince anybody that that's pure bullshit, right? I mean, where the hell did that come from, right? It obviously is nonsense.
But it feels real, you know. Like when you're in a relationship, they make you feel like it's true, you know.
As
They
I
say
mentioned, there are feelings that arise, right? But we know, even if I just said the feeling is real, we know that the feeling comes and it goes. We know about infatuation and how long that lasts. And you can also look empirically, look at what actually happens in terms of the results. The feelings will go away, and you
Yeah.
will get dumped and divorce raped.
Come on, like that's a little bit too bitter pill to swallow, man. Like
you can give it whatever kind of pill it is. You can even go with, this is the black pill version of it or whatever. But basically, I'm just saying that if you look at the reality and you okay.
This can't even be the black pill. This is the black hole pill. This is the thing that swallows any hope. Like what the hell? Like
No, but look, I'm a very happy-go-lucky guy. I'm the guy you see on my channel. Like right now, you can hear the smile in my voice, right?
Right.
It's still all good. Now, I am coming from a place where, in my local language, the word love does not exist. Okay. In other words, the Western kind of, and as a matter of fact, it's particularly French, this kind of romantic love thing, it has an origin. In other words, it came from somewhere. People need to remember that this is not some kind of universal notion, this kind of Disney thing. No, it has a history. You might want to just type in, the history of love, the history of romance, and then the fact that you now know that something has a history will then put you down the path that it is a construct, and therefore it is not something that is just comes out of the dirt, like biological necessity type stuff. Okay, the ingredients for it, let's say infatuation and so on and so forth, yes, are biological. But basically this, I'm going to let you guys kind of elaborate upon it so that someone else is talking about it, and that way KD might be able to understand more. But basically, the real imperative is survival. Okay, we have those needs which we can all recognize. And if those needs are no longer, you don't need to cleave to the man anymore in order to get those met. Now you're just dealing with this fluff. It's air.
Can I ask you a question?
Definitely. I love how you describe that. I keep going.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, if you said like men no longer need women no longer need men, like an individual man, to support them or provide for them. So who's doing the supporting and providing for them?
Men that are not in their house. Men that are the police officers, men that are the soldiers, men that are digging the ditches, building the buildings, men that are picking up the guard. You see the picture?
Oh, right. Okay, so you're talking about the fact that society's become so developed that the mere fact that there's a taxation system that then goes into wealth. Oh, right. Oh my gosh.
Look, like Thomas Sowell says, there are no solutions, there are only trade-offs. When you push back against nature through science and certain other means in order to allow a space for freedom and equality, which generally speaking is the modern political project, you're going to trade off certain things, right? Can't eat your cake and have it too. That's just how life works, right?
I mean, it just seems a bit. Look, I like calling brother simps. Sorry, I mean I sometimes call brother simps, but you know this is a black hole pill, man. You're basically saying, okay, so the only solution is either to tear down the system and put in an older system model, or I mean, at least a solution for many brothers, because you know me, I have a reputation for being the big systems guy, you know. So
there you go. So I also know my lane. I'm not a big systems guy. If you watch my channel, for example, the things that I tend to talk about are based on the individual. I'm like, how do you master your subjective consciousness? How do you present yourself in such a way that you are able to persuade, influence people, and get what you want? How do you build a business? How do you get money? How do you leverage these things to get the outcomes that you're looking for?
Okay, so
it tends to be coming from an individual base, and I know not everybody is able to make these kinds of movements per se, right? But to the degree to which you can, then fine, then I can show you. There are other people who are better able to talk about the big picture. I can talk about the way I solve that problem in terms of my own personal life, the way I have absorbed this quote-unquote black hole pill you're talking about, and then how I operate vis-a-vis my dealings with women. But it's not going to be anything kind of that is very grand in terms of like, oh, if we all did this, it'll work out. No, it's not because I don't think there's no hope. It's just because I understand my lane, right? And what I'm best at. I could talk about it, but I know there are more people who are more competent to talk about such things.
Okay, so people like me.
Yeah, people like you who actually have the interest, right? You have the interest to talk about. Oh, I listened to you, like for example, I think, and I see Game Changer in the chat. Last time you were talking to Game Changer about taking over churches or something like that, and you go into those kinds of things where you're like, oh, if we look at this other community and those other societies and this and that and the other, and we just leverage this and that, I can even participate in such schemes if I can look at them, if I look at the plan, the way I look at a business proposition and say, you know what, I can help with that, or I can fund this way, or I can use some of my personal talents, right? Because I do have the talent to be, if I may say so myself, I'm a leader type, okay? By leader, I mean not the strategic type, but the entrepreneur type, the first to take the heel, the first to be on the front, be like, boom, let's go, right? But not the type to be writing the long, you know, we're going to take this column and we're going to move it over here and these people over there, and in 10 years time, we're going to, that kind of a thing. But I'm just going to be like, boom, let's go, action, motivate people, let's take, so I can even lend my skill, my kind of particular set of skills to the ends that yield certain collective outcomes that I find to be most pragmatic, you know, the ends that work towards that end most pragmatically, right? Or the actions that work towards that end most pragmatically. But it's not my particular interest. I don't spend a lot of time doing that kind of stuff. I'm an intrinsically motivated person. I'm glad staying in my own cave here, sipping very, very fine cognacs and shit like that, and I just do my thing.
Right. Okay. So, okay, fair enough. I'm just trying to break down so that I understand and everyone else in the audience understands as well. Okay. Now, some people might say that, imagine Superman, right? If you got Superman and he refuses to go use his powers to go save a planet, but he can, but instead he goes and finds one random little planet called Earth, decides to stay there, but not use his, universal power on the universe, for his own kind of, preferred reasons. Couldn't some people say that, you could put those business skills into like the big systems and get more into it, and do more than just stay in your lane. Expand your horizons, as you said. You know, I watched the last video that you made.
Yeah. 100%. So part of what I'm doing here on YouTube, for example, is just that, right? However, it does not mean I don't state quite clearly what I'm bringing to the table. You know what I mean?
Right.
So even though I'm like, okay, I'm willing to expand a little bit, and I understand that my skills, as I said in the last few sentences that I said, right, that my skills are useful to help a collective, but I gotta stay like, okay, I'm this type of guy. I'm intrinsically motivated. I'm actually also an introvert, you know, in the real sense of the word. Not that I can't do my thing and be a lead singer of a band and be an entrepreneur and all that. It just means that I much rather, after all that, go back into my cave, sit by the fireplace and read a book, right? That's me in my natural state. I'd rather stay in my head, write books, write songs, you know, that kind of a thing, right? So I'm not generally motivated to look outside of myself, okay?
I see.
So telling you that is just me telling you, making sure that you understand where I'm coming from, not that I'm not willing to push and expand. So coming out on YouTube, putting my full face and my real name and all that kind of stuff, this is not what generally typically my type of person does. So I understand, you know, that this is taking steps towards, you know, putting that information out there, saying, hey, this is how you, for example, this black hole pill, according to you, which I just said, is me kind of putting a certain kind of understanding on the table for the public, you know, those who are willing to take it, right? So that is my a kind of a contribution, right?
Okay, so you're basically giving us the black hole pill. Okay. Fair enough. I guess for me, the whole
with
solution...
a smile, though, with a smile.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I was gonna use an analogy, but I've changed it. You know, it was in bad taste. But yeah, okay, interesting. So, okay, yeah, it's a hard question because it's really hard to kind of accept that things. I mean, I knew it, but you know, the way you put it, it just makes it like more demonstrably true that things are not going to come back. I mean, I know already. It's just it's different from intuition than when you can actually kind of explain it and you give like the mechanisms behind it, like the exact reasons why it worked before and why it's not working now. I mean, I've made a similar argument, but it was to do with man's nature. So my argument was that man commits crime, and by crime is just anything that society doesn't want, because man can. Man doesn't commit crime, and that's actually the unnatural state of man. Therefore, rules, laws, regulations exist so that man's behavior can be controlled. So that's the abstraction that came into my mind when you mentioned this in relation to women. So we have the same situation. It's just ours is heavily regulated by society. Theirs is not.
Exactly. They were being regulated by their need for those lower needs to be met by men. You cannot take those away. I know Judge Dredd gets it. Not Judge Dre, not Judge Dredd. Yeah, maybe you should be Judge Dredd. You said when it's time for cracking heads, that's when you come in, right? But it's like you've removed the law from them, right? And now they're just gonna do what they're naturally gonna do.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. I tell people all the time, society, and this is the reason why. This is the reason why women will like you said, we watch the shows like this. It's like, you know, we all are frequenters of Kevin Samuels show, but we say like this: our society has made it where, you know, like, even though he's trying to pair, I see what he's trying to do. But unfortunately, you know, and a lot of us would like to be in a good, long relationship. But unfortunately, society has made it to where your chances of surviving in a good relationship and it being a healthy relationship is like 10%.
Oh, damn.
I mean, like when you really want to, I mean, like, it's because this is the problem. The environment has changed. The environment has allowed an individual, and it doesn't matter who that is. Maybe it could be swung the other way, man or woman. It's like the pendulum is swung. Where back in the day, the women had no power when it comes to the relationship. Now the men have no power. We haven't formed a good equilibrium where it's beneficial to both parties. And unfortunately, what happens when it's not beneficial to both parties, you're doomed to fail. And that's the reason why you have so much, unless both people have their mind on right. And then, like you said, there's some things you got to do. You got your mind right. You have to definitely stay away from people and eliminate and cut off all friends who don't have their mind right. Because unfortunately, they could plant little seeds in your head which will change the way you perceive things or change or put like you hear a lot of these women they're going there and they'll say, well, I left them, and then when they really think about it, well, it really wasn't that bad. I could have stayed. We could have worked that out. I mean, a lot of for them to even come out and say that, for those, and when a lot of women don't take accountability for shit.
No.
So for every one that comes out and says that, there's like that's you got to multiply that by a factor of 10. Because the problem with them is, like, think about it. Women could be caught, like, dead to right. Like, look at the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. You caught dead to right. Everybody knows that you were having sex with this guy. I mean, like, you got the videotape, every damn thing else. And instead of you calling it a spade, you say it was an entanglement. So that goes to show that you're gonna lie no matter what. You don't. I mean, that's what I sit up here and say about them. I said, you guys sit up here and talk about how y'all so strong, but the only thing is, I said you should change that word from strong to I am a combative black woman, because you're not strong at all, because you don't take any of the flack that you do for any of your actions, and you always want to be treated special. Or it is always an excuse every time it's time to take some accountability. If you were strong, you would take accountability. But no, you are combative, not strong. You need to change that word from strong to combative, because that's what you guys are. You're not strong at all. If you were so strong, you wouldn't need all of this help, as you say, to do anything. So that's the main problem with the whole situation. You're not strong at all. You're technically weak.
Well, I'm gonna go back to the fundamental need part. I'm gonna say something that's very basic, because every time I hear it, it sounds very basic to me. It's like, when a man's worth is what you can provide instead of how you see the brother. One statement that I do hear often is, I got my own house, I got my own car, I got my own job, I don't need no man. And that's a woman right there. She's
interesting.
Her only value in a man is material.
Damn, Kev, you've kind of hit like you've hit a milestone there, because that is something that is so frequently heard, that it's not just an outlier kind of experience. You're talking about like majority of the things I hear myself. Like, I don't need you because I have all right. So they acknowledged it. I guess fundamentally they know that is why they are with men. Oh my goodness.
Well,
this is crazy.
I'm like, there's certain lines that a lot of men need to just pay attention, and I think this space helps. Like, a woman who ever mentioned, I don't need says that line, I don't need a man for shit. I mean, basically, you'd be a fool if you ever get into a long-term relationship with a woman like that. A woman who, and this is the problem, when you say, well, look, my girl has never said that, but she hangs with females. That if she says it, or she hangs with women who say those lines, or watch TV shows where that kind of thing is portrayed, you'll be automatic, off a rip.
Dre, let me expand on that. If they say their favorite scene is that scene in Waiting to Exhale, when she set that car on fire, leave that bitch alone. Period.
Well, now it doesn't.
That's craziness.
Well, I can say like this: the beautiful thing about having multiple kids and multiple baby mamas, this is a good learning experience for the younger people after.
Have you got multiple kids?
Yes, I got multiple kids, multiple baby mamas. The good thing is a learning experience. Like when I give because all of them are different in a way. Like it's like I can sit up here and say all of my baby mothers. Now they may share some traits that are the same, but they're all different when it comes to the fact of like where they were. it's not like I went out and start dating all hood chicks. Like literally all of my baby mothers have advanced education, all of them. Like literally, like not just high school, all of them. I mean, so it ain't like I was messing with street trash.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like, but the certain things you see. And then some of them only acted up once or twice with that way. But I do admit I saw the information because when I look at these people, I saw the women that they hung around. And sometimes I'd be like, well, you know, like my daughter's mother, she only pulled the bullshit card once. But I will admit her best friend, who she was just dead. I remember me and her got into plenty of arguments back when we were younger about this best friend. But her best friend was that type of woman. And it was like, and I mean, she lost a lot of credibility. And it's like, I'm not even going to lie. Sometimes when a woman when you lose trust in a woman, you might want to get back with her. But it's like, no matter what she do, it's just gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I mean? It's like, and then you as a man, you're more logical than a woman. So then rather than letting a woman stay around trying to win you back, you realize you're just going to distance yourself from her because you know it's not fair for a person to be sitting here trying to get you back and you know you ain't going back to put up that bullshit.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like where we see where women will say they'll let a guy be in a friend zone for years because you are actually a benefit to her. She realizes that even after the fact that she didn't want anything or everything all went south, you know, she could go ahead and be with you, or she could get that attention that the dude who's just coming by banging her is not giving her. Because I'm not even gonna lie, it was a female I tried to talk to recently, and I didn't realize we'd always been friends, but I guess I was in the friend zone. And then after you get to know a person so well, and then I remember she made a comment one day, and I'm like, wow, she just blew. Like I was like, oh man, I could really love this woman. I could be with her. I never really looked at her like that. I should try to be with her. And then something came out, and I realized that she was that way, and it went from like I thought this woman could walk on water to the fact is like I really didn't give a shit. And then it was like, you don't call me no more, and it was like I was just upset with I don't even like literally. You went from that to when I saw that you were just like these other women. It was like you just it was like it's just like. Oh my gosh! And you sit up here and be like, "Well, wow, man! I thought you were different." And you find out. I hate to say, sometimes you ask too many questions, 3-4 levels deep. You'll probably discount so many of them before you even get to that stage. I tell people always ask questions, let them talk, and as you see, they'll talk themselves. They'll talk. You will want to screw them. And they will talk so much and tell you so much crap that you see, and afterwards you'll be like, "Oh no, I bet not stick my stuff in there." I mean, like literally, you'd be like, "Never mind."
Damn.
I mean, look, I like that Judge has been bringing up certain quantitative aspects, right? He has been talking about most of them this way. He mentioned also chances of relationship working 10%, that kind of thing. And I think that is important when looking at any kind of thing, right? We all know about because people tend to just go with the all or this, or then it shuts off their sifting capacities, if you will. Now, to bring up a kind of a thing, the whole cis-bim thing, right? Because there are environments with more fish. There are environments, maybe it's not 10%, it's 30%, right? It doesn't mean that, again, and it doesn't mean that it's 100%. It's never 100% anywhere. No, right? But I have no problems in this global environment where it's 2021 and you are in the belly of the beast, or as Joe Rogan would say, you're in the balls of the dick that's fucking the world, right? You're in America. You have all the resources to, available to you, and all the movement potential, if you will. Right? Therefore, no shade, no smoke on anybody who decides to be like, hey, I'm going to go do some more hunting, and hunting is key here, which is that you're still sifting. You're still knowing that you're not just going to go there. You can't be a simp anywhere, okay? That's stupid. Don't think you're going to take your simp ass over there and you're just going to get played big time in the jungle, right? In the jungle, it's closer to nature. That's the whole point of going away. You want to move away from over-civilized situations because of all we've just talked about, right? The nature of Western democracies and its type of civilization, right? But if you're going to take your simp behavior to the jungle, you're definitely going to get played. Well, I don't know. Were you going to say something?
I mean, I asked Judge earlier if he was thinking about, taking his property finally and selling it and going to like a third world country, and then you can get a cheap maid, you can get a good female of it. I mean, you can get a good woman there and all that stuff who still operates under the old rules. So now obviously from this conversation, I cannot call Judge a simp, right? There's no way I can do that. I've called the Manosphere a simp. There's no way I can call him a simp. So I guess what the question is, it would work for someone like Judge because he's not a simp.
That's the point, that you cannot be a simp anywhere to begin with. Now, there are more like super traditional society. Let's say you go over to certain parts of West Africa, and then you go into the village. Now, granted, you're going to need to be able to operate in there, right?
Right.
In there, you have a society that is strong and hierarchical, such that even the simps have a place, right? You know what I mean? And people have strong programming so that people fall in line, right? But in the world is more free these days, and again, no trade-offs. I mean, no solutions, only trade-offs, right? And it's not a question of all or none. It's about your hunting capacities, right? So. However, you're not going to go to the village in West Africa, okay? So you're going to go somewhere still where you need to, A, be able to kind of sift through, and then B, understand that even this woman that you're going to, she does not want simp. The natural woman does not want simp. She will smell it in you, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I was about to add that. Pussies do dry up around simps.
100%. 100%.
I
So when I
co-sign
say,
that.
hey, go out there and there's more fish, it maybe goes from 10%, as Judge said, to maybe 30%. Maybe you find an environment where it's like 50%. Like, wow. But still, you cannot be a simp, right? You have to actually have to be a man. It's like, oh, I want to go over to to Maasai country. And it's like, those Maasai dudes ain't simps. You know what I mean? It's like, you want to go over there to a place where these guys are hunting lions and doing stuff like that, and you think you're going to go there and just take one of their women? She'll destroy you, rightfully so.
I see. Right. Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Yep, so no simping.
But if you have the no simp, then she is more likely, again, I like to use the kind of quantitative things, right? More likely, less likely. More likely than the ones over here to fall in line. Right, and because she's still been closer to that place where the natural programming is taking place.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you have slightly more resources, let's say the brothers that have either saved up or earn slightly more, etc. What about the poly thing? Because statistically, wouldn't that increase your chances of them falling in line? Okay, so two arguments: the fact that they are willing to be in a poly situation means that they've been programmed stronger, and then B, especially if they're still actually showing the the markers of programming, right? Like, and B, it just kind of it's like when one of them disappears, you have another one.
You want to answer that first, Ike, or you want me to go first?
I would just say first in the sense that, well, first of all, I have the experience directly, my grandparents on both sides, plus great grandparents and so on and so forth. Granddad on the father's side has 6 wives on the same roof. On the mother's side, also about, I don't know, 5 or 6. Maybe 5 under the same roof, maybe another one I didn't know about per se. Great granddad had like 11 wives. So I kind of a bit actually seen it right in operation. Now you were right to qualify it by that, these are people, this is not for, you know, the 30%. I mean, this is more like for the 15 or 10% man, right? Even in those societies, not every
Oh, I
man.
see.
Yeah, it wasn't that, oh, every man is just, no. And as a matter of fact, if you go far back enough, right, there were some men who never procreated. As a matter of fact, it's kind of clear. It is absolutely clear just looking at the way societies have developed, and, you know, if you look at genetic records and so on and so forth, a lot of men, okay, did not reproduce.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yes, Mr. Misogynoir over there, it is for a select few to be able to pull that off. We were talking about not being simps, and now you just flew from not being simps all the way to I got 6 wives in one under one roof, and I've seen it. Okay, I've seen on both sides of my and you're all correct that the fact that they're willing to do that, okay, means that they're already programmed in a certain way. Plus that competition, okay, you know, that we tend to know about here in the red pill spaces, which tends to keep them in check, is in full effect. You know what I mean?
I see.
And so on and so forth. All the things that you can kind of intuit are there, and, you know, I'll pass it over to Judge.
I say that, you know, like I said, that's only in a small select group. And I mean, society has already should have shown you, if you've gotten any over. You ever notice you can be single and you ain't getting nothing? Yeah, I mean, it's like you be on a drought. As soon as you with somebody, it's like it's being tossed at you.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
it's like you go through times. Like I even remember that. It's like, God damn, you know, when I didn't have nobody, I couldn't get. And now it's like, you know, I'm with somebody, and this one chick talking about like, you know, you said, oh, I'm looking for a husband, so you coming right on out that. And then you had me come over to your house and do some work, and then we got to run to the store, and you got to go with me. And then your ass come out and put on 6-inch heels and all this other shit. Make sure you looking tatted up, and we going to the fucking, you riding with me to the hardware store. All right, you know, like, I already know what you're doing. You know what I mean? I'm not no fool. I mean, who puts on to make sure that, you know, when the dude come over to work on your house, that you go and then you actually wear heels to the hardware store? Come on, for real? You know?
Right. Okay.
You
Yeah.
making sure. I mean, like, you making sure that I'm noticing.
Mm.
You know, and it's.
Yeah, I mean, I can co-sign on that one. It's happened to me, like, even just. Yeah. No, go on.
No, but I say that this one more part. Unfortunately, in our society now, it's more likely you're still more likely going to end in failure, or if you're this is a problem. Back then, when they had multiple wives and all like this, and these people were rich, they didn't have one thing that kills more relationships than anything. And you know what that is? Social media and television.
Right.
See, this is the problem. The problem is the women can still get gratification and always thinks that this is the problem. Like, say I'm a millionaire, and I'm rich like this, that, and the other, and say I married 4 women. Just because I like this don't mean that, especially with the society and laws and how everything is set up now, does not mean that my chick won't leave me. Because she could be thinking, well, fine. Well, if I leave this dude, he's still going to have to pay me X amount of dollars, this, that, and the other, and I can go get me another guy, and he'll be all to myself.
I see.
Or I can get another guy who will spend money on me, and I'll be getting a check from this other dude. I mean, there is nothing in it as a woman, as say, just flip the script and pretend like you are a female. Now, say you now look at it from a logical point of view, but think about you a female. You control the power. If you leave, that you control, you will make 80% of the rules at least, maybe 90 at the most. Okay, fine. Now remember, you're a female now, so you get all the benefits of being a female. So you go ahead and leave. You don't get the child support. You're gonna get this dude's money, and then any other dude that's gonna try to sleep with you. What is he gonna do? He's gonna wine and dine you too. I hate to say, even from a woman's point of view, you'd be stupid to stay with your man.
Right.
Because there is more benefits to leave than there is to stay. Because now I can get another income from another person and wine and dine and do the whole thing over. And then as soon as I get tired, I just boom, move on to the next one.
I mean, that's the reason why. Why do you think a lot of these people,
Can
by
I
the
can I
time
ask you a
that they
question?
go ahead,
Now, this is a question that I'm kind of thinking through a little bit deeper, but okay. So, would it be correct? Some people might think you're a Pookie.
that I'm a Pookie? Who, me?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I could probably. I mean, people could probably say that I was back in the day, but I'm not gonna lie. I was not a Pookie. I was more of a. I was more of a nerd who learned
Okay.
how to play the game. Look, who learned how to play the game because I
Right.
realized that I was a nerd, but I was smart enough to realize that as the nerd, the women liked dudes who came off as dope boy. Remember, I told you I was a computer
See.
salesman
Okay.
at a young age.
Yeah.
But I told
Ah,
women
right.
I just had a business. I never told them. I realized
Right.
once I stopped telling women what it was
So,
and what I did and how I made my money, I
yeah.
started. I left that. You leave that suspense in there, and they think that I got a little small business on the side. So then I wouldn't tell them what more of my business was working on houses, but I never told them
Right.
that. So they
I
thought
see.
that, think about it, do computers, and then I'm like, I got a little small business on the side. So most the first thing women think, dope boy. You got a dope boy car?
Yeah.
Your car says dope boy.
Right.
I say I got
Okay.
another business on the side and I don't tell you nothing about it. What would you think I'm doing?
All right.
Right.
All right, gentlemen. Massage Noir can go on one more time and then final statements because I'm getting tired. So,
Okay. So, okay. So the question and slash statement I'll make is this. Now this is just an insight that came to my head. But okay, so before a lot of us brothers were blaming Pookies and Ray Rays and let's say people with multiple baby mamas as well and saying that they were part of the problem. But now that I'm thinking deeper about it, did a lot of these women just leave those relationships too?
Yep.
So, right. Interesting. Huh. I don't know why my brain never went there. Yeah, that's all that statement I can make.
Well, society is just taught them this. As soon as they don't get their
Interesting.
way, it's just going about to the next one. Basically what it is. So
Right.
basically
Damn.
it's a competition of how long they can get their way. And
Jeez.
and as soon as they don't get their way, they realize there's another dummy that'll do it for another couple of months. That's basically what it is.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. My brain didn't go there. Yep. That's my statement.
I'm gonna give a closing statement by way of answering a question from KD, aka Black Wolf. Again, he was asking about books, which is always a tricky question for me, because I read a lot of books and they all kind of blend together in my head, right? But you're asking about self-improvement. Well, it depends on which dimensions along which one could improve oneself. So if I pick 3 dimensions, let's say the one, if you've read Think and Grow Rich, that's a good kind of standard for, okay, just that kind of capitalist dimension of like, okay, I need to expand, I need to realize I need to work more, I need to realize that I need to participate more in the market, right? I'm not going to close myself up, I need to expand my horizons, which was kind of like my last video, right? The 10x rule is also a good one within that particular dimension, or 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. So I give you 3 in that dimension in case you've already read one. So the 10x rule, Think and Grow Rich, or 0 to 1. 0 to 1 is by Peter Thiel, 10x rules by Grant Cardone, and then everybody knows Think and Grow Rich. And then on the philosophical plane, on the particularly like the black hole pill, which Massage Noir dubbed it, I think that Beyond Good and Evil by Friedrich Nietzsche is a good book. Now, this is the kind of book you read for a lifetime, right? And no judgment as to whether or not you can understand it. That's on you, right? Everybody knows where the level is, and in terms of philosophical kind of stuff. But Beyond Good and Evil by Friedrich Nietzsche, I think, is a good one to expand yourself in that kind of philosophical plane to the acceptance of certain kinds of reality. Okay. And then on the third plane, when it comes to practical things, doing things, how do I execute things? How do I become more of a professional? How do I overcome that lethargy and apathy and laziness? I think that The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield is a third good book, and I'll end with that. And thank you very much, Kev.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna read that book 0 to 1.
Sure. 0 to 1.
All right, you're welcome, Mike. And look, this doesn't have to be your only appearance. You're welcome up here at any time. Granted that you're not too busy. It's everybody knows. Well, people are starting to learn that I'm here every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. Well, not this past Friday. I had some family things going, but yeah, I like these conversations. I like the way these conversations are going, especially as of late. Dre, what's up?
I mean, I don't have nothing to say. I've said everything I need to say.
Okay, all right, gentlemen. This was an open discussion. Is like I said, it's great to have these conversations, and as long as I can keep the subject matter interesting and different, I will continue to be motivated to come to this platform. I will be probably getting back to the news stories this week. There's a few interesting ones that I do want to cover. So be on the lookout for those. And see everyone next weekend. Thank you to the panelists that came up today, and thank you to all the panelists that came up this weekend and continue to help make these shows what they are. Great conversations that someone can appreciate that's listening out there. So just be safe this week, and I look forward to seeing you guys next weekend. Hopefully nothing too crazy happens, but if something goes viral, that will probably more than likely be Friday night show. So just long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. Goodbye.